Honk.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome once again to the conclusion of a busy day of streaming today. It is Tuesday evening, and it is our one Tuesday evening a month where we get a chance to do some amazing voiceover work of this as we continue with Planescape Torment and the amazing Arvocalists. Before I go any further, I'm just going to run through this real quick because I've already talked about this a lot today. But again, if you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube at !arvtube, Discord !arvcord, Twitter !arvtweets, website arvanelleron.com, financially !arvshop for the merchandise area, !arvtreon for the Patreon. Please sub to the channel, and on the publishing side, !Icarus for my Icarus graphic novel, !Library for my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook, !Grayshade KS for details about the Grayshade Kickstarter, which has just been announced as launching on May 31st is when it will be published. That's when the book will be published. Then the Grayshade Kickstarter preview page will be going up on that day on May 31st, Tuesday, May 31st. And then for 2 weeks, we will be hyping that up. And then the week after Origins, and I believe that's Tuesday, June something, Tuesday, June 15th, June 17th. Yeah, Tuesday, June 14th is when the Kickstarter for Grayshade will officially go live. Tabletop role-playing game and the last 2 books in the Grey Assassin trilogy and an audiobook from Trendane, plus other surprises. It will run from June 14th through July 15th. And I'm very excited for it, very hyped about it. I announced it today. So that's the stuff that I wanted to mention about that. And as always, !BLM, Black Lives Matter, very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives, and !Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. Also, hello to Arudinel and the Rising Tides, by the way. So with that said, I am going to unmute myself so the folks know that we're ready to go. I will apologize for any interruption that I may have provided. And then I'm going to unmute them.
It's that scene from Sneakers where he's reading the magazine and he's doing it all through, because he can't actually. And then they cut to it and, oh my God, it's a Playboy. How is he reading Playboy for the whatever?
And now
I love that movie. Watch Sneakers. It's it's almost 30 and I'm almost 40. So how's everybody doing?
I'm going to see now if I can actually do this with this stuff. All right. No, I know what it is.
just ignored you.
I have to.
Of course he did.
Not true. I do not have the ability to ignore things that have been said in any way. I don't have any practice with that as the father.
Nobody has the ability to ignore me because I'm too cute.
Okay, so I'm going to do
shit. I just got dot. I felt
like
that
was
one.
You going, that was the look of challenge accepted.
There we go.
I completely missed whatever the heck just
I
happened.
didn't say you weren't cute. I just said I'm cute.
No, you said you were too cute for people to ignore you, which sounded like what you said was, I challenge you to ignore me because I'm too cute. That's what I took away from it.
I just think you're looking for an opportunity to ignore me.
It's
I mean,
these people are not going to ignore each other. That's not how this works. That's not how this works, because you can see that these lovely
I didn't
people
join Twitch TV to be
ignored,
inconsequential, ignored.
I joined it for people to look at me all the time, and to listen to me in this particular case. It is wonderful to have good friends and wonderful actors with us.
When the content
today.
became bad, I became the content. Damn it! Wait a minute.
This is like Rob's Joker origin story. But we are again graced by our wonderful Arvocalists. For those
Darth
of you
Vader,
who
get it right.
missed this, by the way, I just want to be clear that Russ at the moment is attending to his now 3 children. That's right, three children.
Bless him.
Yes. And so, yes, that's...
He found another one on his doorstep.
Absolutely.
We don't know what happened. We keep telling him to return it, but he just won't do it.
As a consequence, Rob is going to be back with us. We'll be back with
Russ. As a consequence of Russ being super fertile.
Well, no, it's not a consequence of that. Wow.
As a consequence for Russ being fertile,
it sounds like you're implying I'm really infertile. Who asked you?
Arv, you misspoke and you said, as a consequence, Rob will be back. That's what happened.
Oh,
yeah.
My fault. All right.
Yeah.
then I certainly would have been I wouldn't make comments about Rob's fertility, knowing nothing whatsoever about that. You know, I don't want to.
This is panning out to be one of the most interesting Arvocalist episodes yet, and it's only 5 minutes in.
And it's only 5 minutes in.
And it's only just begun.
It's my great pleasure to welcome, first of all,
Zach,
Little
as the
Red Dot.
ancient Jewish proverb goes, what about this day is different from any other day? Really?
It is good to see everyone here, and I'll start with Dot. And I believe when Dot came on, Rob pointed out, and Rob was quite right, that Dot's outfit was on point today. So I do want to acknowledge that it was on point.
Yes.
And how's everything going? How is life with you, Dot, and so on?
Oh, you know, I'm getting over a little sickness today, everybody. So I'm going to be using extra things to help make crazy voices versus straining my voice, because I'm on hour 10 today behind the camera. So y'all get to see me at my finest.
She'll be breaking out her theremin in order to make crazy noises while doing it.
And we heard the sound, so we can confirm that the mods do exist and that they're there.
The mods do exist. They will be happening. I'm a Dot. I'm here with mods for my voice.
It's good to see you, Dot. I hope all is well. And Lone Wolf, thank you for the tier 2 sub. I appreciate it. 33 months of resubbage to this esteemed streaming channel. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Lone Wolf.
This is so esteemed.
You are absolutely so resubbed now again, Lone Wolf.
Yes, it is quite steamy in here. I do like this Russian bite. It's very steamed. I do think it's eucalyptus. No,
that's true. If I had said a streamed steaming channel, that would be a whole different. that would be the final.
Is that like a Cleveland steamer? What is that?
I was about to say, yeah, that's taking hot tub to the next level.
Wow. Okay, that's yeah. But it's good to see Dot. As I said, Russ
does anybody else smell that?
We'll be back
Sorry.
next month.
What?
And moving right on down the line, we have, of course, Zach is with us. Zach, it's good to see you. We were speaking earlier about the fact that Zach's hair was vanishing for a while into the background, but now has returned. So now I guess Zach and his hair are in the same dimension. So how you doing? How's you and your hair, Zach?
The green screen operator was having some issues. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes, as you mentioned, Arv, having my hair in the same dimension as me can be a struggle, but. Today I was able to achieve
I have this image of it like being on an episode of Sliders, and it's like going into another dimension from the rest of your head, and it has to find you during the episode.
You would think that I'm the main character of the story here on Earth, but no, this thing it has a whole. I am the Book of Boba Fett to the hair's Mandalorian.
Or your hair is the Book of Boba Fett, like Hairscape Torment.
So anyway, wow,
that was
that's good.
That's the pro, and that's me.
It's the Book of Froba Fett. Yeah, there we go.
Book of Froba Fett.
Anyway, I'm doing good. Doing good work with I run games of D&D professionally, which is cool. So been doing that, and then streaming and real life stuff. But I'm excited. Things are coming along. So happy to be here. I've been playing also a lot of Pillars of Eternity for the first time.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I got that on
game.
Xbox Game Pass, so been able to play through. I know I'm not even a fraction of the way through, and I've already been playing for so many hours. And then I have Pillars of Eternity 2 to look forward to. So this whole sort of D&D, emulation kind of game, I guess I don't know what we would call it, that Planescape Torment is really kind of the same thing here. So I'm excited to
what is the Baldur's Gate engine? They call it that, right?
The Infinity Engine.
It's
Infinity
the Infinity, an Infinity Engine game.
Would it also be called that?
Yes, Planescape is an Infinity Engine game. Yes,
okay, cool.
It's a modified one, but yes.
Well, perfect. Yeah, so I'm all Infinity Engine.
Pillars is an Infinity Engine style game. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm excited, ready for more. Right. I'm gone.
I posted that somewhere. I think it was on the GOG Discord, and someone was just like, they immediately were just like, updated my journal. Right, I'm gone. Like everyone immediately knows what it's like. It's like the I'm Captain Shepard, and this is my favorite Commander Shepard. This is my favorite store in the Citadel. It's the same thing. It's just like
Shepard.
I'm gone.
Shepard.
So
yes,
anyway,
Rex. What can I do for you,
great.
Shepard?
And I'm excited to have Zach with us. I'm also excited to have Rob with us, who is going to just say Shepard, the entire time, and that'll be a great
Arvin.
voice experience.
Arvin.
And I'll just have to be like, I should go. I should go. I should go. I should go. Rob,
Again,
how you doing?
How's
How's life
usually
at the
works out?
university?
Better on the upswing.
Good.
Things have been. I've had a rough couple of months with stuff. Again, I'm not gonna, sit here and be like, oh, it was, the worst experience ever. But I've had some health stuff that I've been dealing with, and it's been sort of like this. And today, I actually feel pretty good. I have more doctor's appointments to go to, but that's not why people come here to listen to me yammer away. It's here because I, do these silly voice over sound names, things, voices. Actually, real quick before I get onto that, correct me if I'm wrong, Arv, but isn't also the Pathfinder games built off of the same, like a modified version of the same engine that
Not the
Pillars
same
is?
engine. I think it's reminiscent of it, but no, it's a different engine.
Because it's
Pathfinder
amazing
uses
how
one.
much they look alike and how different they are too. Because I'm going to be jumping into Wrath of the Righteous at some point. and
Agree. I agree on that. On
those
both
games
levels.
are all
That's true.
those games.
Yeah.
Those games are so cool. So yeah, if you have lots of time to kill, those are you could find worse ways for sure than playing those games, which are awesome. But yeah, things are good. I did something massive the other day and deleted my Twitter account.
Wow.
For the first time in like 9 years, I am no longer on Twitter, and
Good for you.
that is an incredibly freeing feeling because I just came to the end of my patience with the entirety of the thing the other day. And so I'm going to see how that goes. I supposedly have 28 days to recover my account, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to let it run out. And if I need to return to Twitter at some point, I will. But until then, for those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Darkside Rob. That's RAHB. You can find me on Instagram and on YouTube. And don't make me say it.
And
Sorry, that one's really hard. I'm working on it. I don't like saying
You're gonna
that
say the clock app.
company. Yeah. Oh well, I might be on Click Clock eventually, but yeah, there's it's
Let's not get started.
look,
on it.
yes, definitely not.
yes, let's. That's a whole other ball of wax. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram and on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/DarksideRob, RAHB, or I guess / if you want to be technical about it. And yeah, I'm a professional voice actor, video editor, music producer, composer, Twitch streamer, YouTuber, maker of fun things on the internet. And that's all I have to say. Something just connected to the computer, so maybe Arv's capture cards are working again.
No,
see,
no,
I fixed
I
it.
wish.
While
No,
you see, while
this is,
I had my hands above the table, and somehow I still fixed it. So
You still fixed it. No, I wish. No, this is
that's
just me switching
pretty
over
impressive.
to switching over to
Hope the check is in the mail.
to this. Yeah, no, I
Probably
appreciate that. But this is switching over to the to the gaming computer as we are going to play.
But I'm very
more
happy to be
Planescape
here with
rules.
everybody, and it's nice to see everybody. And yeah, once again, Dot has one-upped us all in the style department tonight.
Look, you know, when you feel like shit, just dress better. Feel better.
That was,
I always,
like, so quotable.
you know what? That's the thought that always runs through my head too, and then I come on the stream looking like a dead person. So I think I miss a step.
Yeah.
Dress better, feel better. That's an interesting.
Yeah. Feel better. Dress better.
Okay. we are
Dream
gonna-
better.
It's true. And let's be real. I've been in beanie mode because it's been chilly, and today I was doing cleaning, and I found my hat, and I was like, y'all, I
That's,
want to feel like this hat feels, which I know is shiny and
Yeah.
beautiful
I
and
was gonna compliment it.
bitchin'. You know what I mean?
Pretty
I was
dope.
like, I want to feel like that today. So I dressed for the.
Yes.
I dressed to match my hat. In full honesty.
so
Is
what
there
is chili
anything-
for Joe? Oh, so I'm sorry. sorry.
Nice.
Oh, I was just saying, is there anything on the front of the hat? On the face
Oh.
of the hat?
Only how cool it looks.
Wow, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Slick.
no, not really. I mean, cold here's like, it's been like 35 a few days, and we've had 2 days worth of snow, which is like a lot for us. So
Man, wow.
I know
That is something. Hey, boss.
it's like proper cold. But yeah, I'm spent on the cold cold front. I was like, no, I'm done with that. Thank you.
That's enough. We had like 3 weeks of 12 degrees out here, but you know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm ready for festival weather. If I put my hat on, Mother Nature has to.
Exactly. But
I've
see,
really been looking into like going to Iceland so that I can go someplace where shorts are, you know, the proper wear, you know, attire, considering that it's been so damn cold here.
But see, if you're chilly, then you can enjoy the warmth of this flaming corpse.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh yeah,
That is right in front of us. The Flaming Corpse Bar. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Mrs. Dunsel just subscribed for 40 months. Thank you for the 40 months of Prime sub, Mrs. Dunsel. I appreciate it. That's almost a year. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it greatly. Thank you for everyone who subbed and resubbed. And it's good to see everyone. And yes, let us get into a little
We're
bit of
talking,
Planescape
damn it.
Torment.
That's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
hold up. You just wait
Wait.
your
It's just like,
turn.
what's going on?
40 months, that's almost a year?
That's
What?
That's the meme joke. It's a meme joke.
Oh.
It's a
Rob's
meme
not
joke
on Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, no. Memes are meaningless to me. That's like, you know, when you finally hit flush on that, you just free up so much more of your brain for other garbage to go in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this. And also, Ballsteg, very good to see Ballsteg, who of course is one half of Athos Arts, which is publishing Grey Shade, and which is part of the Grey Shade Kickstarter just announced today, launching 2 weeks after May 31st. So very excited. Okay. I think the people, I had come up to the north of the bar, but then we were running out of time, so I don't think I talked to these guys yet.
We just recruited, was it a Githyanki?
Yes, a Githyanki, Dakan. And I forget who we had playing. I mean, Rob was playing Mort, and so I think maybe you were
Correct.
playing Dakan, Zach. So I don't know if that's
so.
true. I think so. But we have these two, Aethelgrin and Tagarin. So I'm going to go to Aethelgrin first. I almost am like hesitating to say that Dot should do this. I don't know whether you have the right mod for
I'm on it.
a creature. Or do you? Are you? Okay.
And who do you want reading? Who do you want reading narration?
I'll have.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We were doing that. I'll have
That was fun.
you, Rob, reading narration for this with
Okay.
her as Aethelgrin.
Yeah. Me. Sorry.
Oh, and also before you start, Zach, it looks like you will be. That looks like Tagarin is the other one who's brought into this, so you can be Tagarin, and both you and Dot are playing
Got it.
fiends. So just keep in
Darmok
mind.
and Jalad at Tanagra.
Yes,
Got
their wings, their fiendishness open. Yeah.
it.
You see a scaled fiend who looks very similar to the one standing next to him, in addition to the pierced left ears. In addition to the pierced left ears, both are black-hued and reptilian, with bat wings tucked against themselves. This one is missing a tooth on its right side.
Tagarin,
It says,
our old friend has returned to pay us a visit.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So he has, Aethelgrin. So he has. Why does your voice get to sound so much more epic than mine?
It's called puberty.
Well, anyway. Yet his eyes do not gleam as they once did. What do you suppose brings him back to us? What does bring you back to us, friend?
And then it's a musical. Who are you? Okay. Who are you?
Wait, that's my line. Brother, you're always stepping over me. Aethelgrin, time has robbed our companion's memory. You honestly do not recall this, do you? Truly, I am aggrieved.
But
Now,
As
messenger,
am
there you go.
I, Ted. Truly agree. Yet I rest easy. It has, after all, been many hundreds of years. And we know how the minds of mortals tend to dissipate with age.
dang.
Well spoken, brother. Old friend, we are a pair of Abishai on leave from our current assignments in Bator. I am Tagarin the Thrice Damned, so named for my ability to be damned 3 times. to find the best in every situation. This is Aethelgrin, who has earned himself no special name, though not for lack of trying.
Instead, he gets a voice. Lack of trying. What do you mean?
Excuse me. Aethelgrin, after clearing his throat, ignores you as it responds to its companion.
And once again, Tavern, you have cut straight to the truth of the matter. Though perhaps it is best not to have earned the sort of notice one bearing the name thrice damned most surely have incurred.
I had some other questions.
Here's more.
Boss, I'm more sure than ever that these Burks ain't on the up and up. Sounds to me like they deserted. Like they're looking for some angle that'll elevate their status in Bator. You don't want to be talking to them, boss. You don't know what game they're playing, and you could get blamed, literally.
All right, more. Just a few more questions for these two.
What part of what I just said did you not understand? Look at the talking,
Silence.
gesticulating mouth here. It's like,
Why?
No, this
Is
is
that a
Aethelgrin.
little floating skull I see?
Sorry. My bad.
There's a lovely sweet scent of Baratorian decay about you, my pretty. Perhaps we should discuss this later.
if Mort had eyes, they would have gone completely bulging out of his head going, okay, look, I only put the Batorian scent on once a day, and that's really ridiculous that you noticed it right there, okay? I just like to, put something nice on at the end of the beginning of every day. The Abishi returns its attention to you.
How then?
The Abishai now returns its, however you pronounce that, the Abishai returns its attention to
Now
you.
then, you said you had some questions?
What are you doing?
What are we doing? Why is it not perfectly clear, old friend? We are on leave from our beloved assignment, taking for ourselves some much-needed rest, and perhaps including some additional recruitment for our glorious cause. Our superiors fully support our presence, to be sure.
Bullshit. Excuse me, sorry.
In a more immediate sense, we are taking our entertainment in this delightful establishment. And of course, we are celebrating the return of our old friend. However, the stench of the breezes, which occasionally waft the scent of goodness in the door, debases us somewhat, leaving us physically, mentally, spiritually weaker. Fortunately, the air in this ward of the city carries a delicious tang of pain and supplication. Wouldn't you agree?
Again, the fiend smiles broadly at you.
I like this guy. I had some other questions. This guy.
Brother, you're missing your line again.
Oh, my bad. Some questions? Perhaps we have answers. We are certainly eager to aid you, old friend.
Yes.
All right,
we are.
what is this place?
This is the Smoldering Corpse Tavern. Didn't I see you ask like 5 people that question already?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm gone.
One of the more entertaining taverns your kind has seen fit to erect in this city. The poetic justice of the burning fellow at the front is really quite a fine touch. Was there something else you wish to ask?
Yes, I had some other questions. That's okay. We already got some questions. Okay. Tell me about fiends.
As we see it, there are 2 kinds of fiends. Those who are correct, and those who are not. Our side, that of the Batezu, is correct. The other side, that of cursed, hated, chaotic Tenari, is incorrect and must be exterminated.
Sure.
My vocal box was muted for a second. We hold the Tenari directly responsible for the Blood War. Were it not for them, we could have settled the lower planes in peace, and wouldn't have all the bother of fighting this wretched war, nor would the unfortunate spillovers into other planes be such a cause for concern among the namby-pamby do-gooders. The Tanari are directly to blame for the multiverse's sad state of affairs.
That's not really what I was asking. I wanted to know what differentiates you from them.
The fiend pauses a moment, and then brightens.
Yes. You see, we represent law and order. Those who break the law must be punished. If we have no law, we have only anarchy. And surely you can see what anarchy has done for the Abyss. It has spawned horrors beyond imagining. Any excesses the Batizu state may have indulged are simply to counter the rising tide of chaos represented by the Tanari.
Sure.
We mean no harm to anyone. We just prefer to understand where the boundaries are.
Seems completely reasonable. You just need some elbow room, right? You just need a little bit of room to maneuver, and then you promise you won't invade Poland. I've heard this before. Okay, Aethel has questions. I know about that. Do you know a collector named Farad?
Farad. I have heard the name. Is he not a sage of some sort? A necromancer? Or is he a diviner of rubbish? I have heard of him, friend, but do not have the pleasure of his company. Perhaps one of the other patrons here can help you.
Perhaps. I did have one other question, which is I'm looking for a journal.
I keep no journals, only a diary. Friends, I counsel that you should not either. Ask my dear comrade Tagarin why, and you shall receive enlightenment.
Please don't.
Very
don't
well.
ask.
Tell them
Tagarin,
about
why
the
should I
diary.
not keep
Tell
a journal?
Tell them.
No. Buzz, friend, it's easy to make the mistake of letting your diary fall into the wrong hands. Make the mistake of committing a true word to posterity. And easier still for someone you once trusted.
And here, he shoots a glance full of venom at Ethelgrin.
To find that word and use it against you. Indeed, it can even lead to actions tantamount to desertion. Leaving or losing a journal can cost you your very existence.
Damn. All right, well.
So may I sell you a journal? Would you like to have one here you could buy? Mort whispers to you. Boss? I don't like this. They're not supposed to be here. The Blood War hasn't kicked the Celestials' asses bad enough that any fiend can go on furlough. They want something. Tread carefully. In the meantime, Tagarin continues to respond to its companion.
Well spoken.
Oh,
Old
I think
friend.
you already
Oh.
did this. I'm sorry, Zach. I don't know why we gave back the same thing.
I am Tagarin, the thrice
I know about
damned. Yes.
this. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right.
Yes, monsieur.
Why
And
is that a little floating star?
farewell. All right, those guys are
Goodbye.
cool, though.
We're cool. See, come anytime.
Okay.
We're cool, we're badasses, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Your path is mine.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
I go.
All right. So now we've talked to, I think, everybody
gone.
at the bar.
I'm gone.
Did we talk to the Mercy Killer patron?
Well, those guys were weird.
Did we talk to Ilquix? Okay, there are clearly people we did not talk to. Let me save the game and make sure I don't lose anything here.
The fuck is
All right. Let's talk to Ilquix.
Nesquik?
Yes, Ilquix and my brother Nesquik.
Let's see. So for this one, you see short. Okay, let's have Zach do narration on this.
Yes, sir.
Rob, you can do Ilquix. It looks like a short, rotund man with a perplexed expression, who apparently is often perplexed and speaks in a gentle, quiet voice.
You see a short, rotund man with a perplexed expression on his face. From the lines on his loose skin, it looks like it's not too uncommon. He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied. And would you look at that? Shadowed Mage, cheered 20 bits.
Thank you, Shadowed. You must gather your party before drenching forth. Indeed. Good to see you, Shadowed. Thanks.
He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied rapidly. In between swallows, he speaks in a gentle voice, so quiet that you can barely hear his words.
Shadowed, I always prefer to venture forth before gathering my party, so, to each their own.
Hello, traveler. My name is Ilquix. Can I be of some assistance to you?
Greetings. I would like to ask you some questions.
Yes, well, we can start there if you wish. What do you want to know, my friend?
Who exactly are you?
I? I am but a humble man with a slight flowery, poetical bent and a tendency toward the supernatural. I regret that I have none of my supplies here, or I should be most eager to teach you of the ways of power. Perhaps some later time?
Yes, I'd like that. But for now, though, I have some other questions.
What did you want to know, my friend?
What can you tell me about this place?
This place, the Smoldering Corpse Tavern. A fine establishment, with a fine owner. Barkus is a true gentleman, and ambitious to increase his standing to boot. These, I feel, are the most useful qualities one can possess.
Like, his second answer is, many would agree with you. Farewell. Like, they drive people. I had some more questions.
What did you want to know, my friend?
What can you tell me of the
Getting a little
patrons of
Gall
this-
Ducat in this
of
voice, but
place?
let's
I
see
was
where
thinking
it
about that.
goes.
The patrons of this tavern are many and varied. I have spoken with most, and find them delightful, with the exception of those creatures of law.
He gestures toward the pair of Abishai sitting in the corner.
They taint the air with their presence, lending an unwholesome stench to an otherwise pleasant environment. I recommend speaking to Barkus. I understand he requires some aid with a trifling matter. Then we have that, O character. I am still trying to understand him fully. It is quite an undertaking, if I say so myself. Those are the folk of interest here. The others? Well, perhaps I am too discriminating.
Why do you despise creatures of law? Oh, good God. It began when I was a child in the...
It began when I fought the law, and the law won.
Law won.
No, sorry. A fine question, my friend. My upbringing has been on the chaotic side of the Great Ring. You may speak to Kandrian Ilborn, a misnomer if ever I heard one, of the plains. He fancies himself a great planewalker. To return from my digression, I have lived many years with chaos. I was molded by, and find it pleasantly agreeable.
the chaos.
To me, I can't remember the whole line, otherwise I would have done it. To me, the taint of law, as in those creatures there, is reprehensible and tyrannical. If I am to be crushed underfoot, I'd rather it be done by an individual than a machine that knows nothing of emotion.
I love. So I can very much agree, tell the truth, very much agree with lying, or disagree with the truth, and like.
But you can't handle the truth.
I'd prefer not to be crushed. Period. Actually, and I mean, if that's all the same to everybody.
Also a good option.
If I were given a choice, I would rather. Yes, I'd rather a more chaotic existence. Although, frankly, after the last couple of years, I don't know whether we. Chaos is overrated, y'all. Anyway,
yeah, do we need much more chaos?
Seriously, but in this context, I will say that I very much agree. I very much nuance. There's no option.
Ilquix smiles toothily, his fat cheeks barely moving.
To each his own, I say. Did you have more questions?
Yes, I wanted to know about who is that burning man in the desert.
That? That is the last unfortunate who chose to exercise his individual will without the strength to back up his desires. His name is Ignis. And he was, I know, fitting, right? A pyromaniac. He burned and burned, and didn't burn the right people, and wound up channeling more raw power than he could control. Now, well, you can see what became of him. If you wish to learn more of him, perhaps that poor creature, Drusilla, can help you.
I see. Farewell. Okay, I don't think we've spoken.
Good day.
We've spoken to our boy Barkus. Also, what happened to our main character? Hello. Where?
You must gather the party
really
before
gone.
venturing forth.
I'm actually gone. Okay.
You must.
Okay.
Is he hiding behind that pole?
Barkus. This will
Boss, I have no
clearly be-
peripheral vision. Where did you go?
This will clearly be. Let's see. Yes, this will be Dot. Dot, I don't know if you have a barkeep voice queued up there, but this is what we got: a leather-skinned man with a hint of ashen color to his face.
Oh,
and narrator
doing
for this
the-
will be. I guess. Are we switching back again to Rob this time narrating? I guess.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
You see a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen color to his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes are filled with the boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped.
You can.
Yeah.
He's
Accidentally
the, he's
I'm
the
sorry.
bartender from the seventh circle of hell.
I'm so sorry.
It's time.
I only serve liquor to Satan.
Yeah. What do you want?
That works.
That's good. You again? What do you mean?
Yeah. You again. Why wait the echo?
You could probably just do
That is our
a
torment.
normal voice. Or
Check. There we go. That's a little better. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. You again? You got a hearing problem or something now?
is it messing with you?
Did it just audio?
What?
Oh shoot! Is that the end of a sentence? Where?
Oh,
What?
no, there's
Oh.
not a question.
No,
Okay,
that's still
yeah.
you.
You was in here about
Okay.
15 years ago. Got all bubbed up.
Bubbed up?
It's a bubbed up.
Oh, you
Smashed
know,
up
we
the
know
place
bub.
and left a pile of coin that wasn't even enough to pay for the damages. So you plucked out your own bleeding eyeballs. Tells me you be back to reclaim it when you got 200 coins together. With 15 years of interest, you got about 500 coins. You got the jink, pal? I got your eye.
Wow. So you've got an eye for me. Echo, no, Gray Shade Kickstarter is not live. The Gray Shade, what I announced today was all the dates. So I mentioned May 31st. The Gray Shade Kickstarter preview page will go live on that day. 2 weeks later, the Kickstarter itself will launch. So Tuesday, June 14th, I think it is, or 12th or 13th, something like that, is when the Kickstarter will actually launch. So I have no link for you as of yet, but we do have official dates. I announced Alligator Alley and Athos Arts are doing the tabletop role-playing game. I talked about some of the game designers that are working on it and stuff like that. That's all. 500, 500, that's ridiculous. I mean...
He pauses for a moment, considering.
That it is. Tell you what, give me 300 and the eye is yours.
I still can't afford it.
Then you're not getting your eye back, huh? Make sense? Come talk to me when you got the jink.
Very well. Answer some other questions for me then. I said, answer some other questions. Answer them.
Hurry up! Well, just answer the question. I got paying customers.
My first question is, where do you keep 300 gold? No reason. I'm just curious. You said you had my eye. I'd like to buy it back. Oh, wait, I don't have it. Never mind. Can't do that.
Want it back. Price is 500 coins. Do we have to go through this again?
Yeah, we don't. My bad. So who are you?
Me? I'm Barkus, owner and keeper of this place.
And what is this place?
Didn't you see the sign out front? Didn't you see the bark burning over in the furnace when you came in? It's the Smoldering corpse. Kinda best damn bub house in Sigil. At least it's the best damn bub house in this part of the hive, huh? Which makes it one of the best in Sigil. They got fancy places with plants and such, and the ladies' ward, and they got fiendish taverns salted around the rest of the hive, but none of them got the character of the Smoldering corpse.
Who is the corpse anyway?
Him? Ignis. He used to be a flame wizard, burned down pieces of the hive and got himself scragged by a bunch of other mages. You don't know more about him? Go talk to Drusilla down there by the door.
You went a little auto-tuned there for a
was
second.
just thinking got himself scragged by a
Down
bunch
pieces
of
of the
other
hive.
mages.
Yeah, I can't even replicate it.
Shut it.
Yeah, when you speak in a consistent tone, it totally auto-tunes.
That's pretty funny.
It's because it's called T-Pain. The sound effect is called T-Pain.
Of course it is. What can you tell me of the patrons here?
There it is.
Oh God, good luck.
We go. I don't make it a point to interfere with the lives of the people who give me their hard-earned jink unless they ask me to. So, over there is Kandrin, Planewalker. He's a good one to talk to about any planewalking questions you might have, huh? He's been pretty much everywhere. Down there, it's Ed Creeknees. I feel him every day. And old Harmonium Basher. Don't hold that against him, and a tout. Huh? He's got a good heart in him, and he knows Sigil up and down. The fiends over there, that's... I can't even say my own name.
Ethegrin.
Ethegrin. And Tagarin. Words of advice, don't deal with them. They might be low rankers in the field of hierarchy, but they still fiends. Then you got,
That's quick.
Ilix.
It's Ilquix.
Ilquix. Ilquix over there. Oh, there's 2 letters there. Ilquix over there, not trustworthy. And some mercy killers looking for some poor sod. Probably not trustworthy. Dakan, Zerai? Zerai? Zerai as a mystery to me. Don't know much about him. He don't talk much.
Wait.
Oh, finally? You interested in earning some free bub?
Yes.
I would have loved for him to just say yes without you saying that last line. And just like, oh, yes. Okay.
There's a bubber over against the far wall hanging about in the shadows who's been trying to work up her courage to slip out without covering her tab. I want you to make sure she don't do that. You do it, you get free bub here for life.
We could all use some free bub, couldn't we, Dot?
Always.
I would answer me.
Go shake her down, kid.
First. Okay, I'm looking for journal. A journal.
A journal?
That's right.
Paper? Weights? Fritz, that sort of thing don't get much stock down here in the hive. Folks here can barely read the sign above the door, much less an entire journal. If you're looking for a journal, you better have a system instead of asking folks willy-nilly.
Clearly the big new song is going to be Down Here in the Hive. Down in the Hive.
Yeah, that's
Down
pretty
in the
good.
hive. Okay. Thanks for the unasked for advice. Answer a different question then. Farad, tell me. I'm looking for Farad the Collector.
He turns and spits on the floor.
Patooey. Ferret? Pat, you might as well just turn your back and let him sink a dagger in it. Though from the looks of you, you already have. If you're dead set on finding Ferret, pardon the pun, talk to Ebb Creek Knees over there. He should know something about you.
All right, so we've got this person we need to keep from leaving the place, apparently, and we have the Mercy Killer patrons to talk to. And
no dining and dashing.
yeah, I know. We need to talk to. We talked to Ebb Creek Knees already.
Oh, yeah, we did.
But we didn't talk to the Planewalker though. Also, I don't know who Elias is.
Did Ebb Creekneys tell us about Farad?
I don't remember. He might have. We might check back with.
I think we asked him everything. So.
I thought we did. Yeah. Okay, Elias. Let's see. A trim, muscular man, dressed in clothing comparatively drab and mundane, and he has an air of supercilious arrogance that clearly is going to be Rob.
You're going to burn somebody either way you do this.
Rob is going to play against type and carry himself with an air of arrogance here. Clearly against type.
Playing all the arrogant assholes in this space, huh? And the old guys.
And Dot, do you mind being the narrator, or do you want me to give your voice a rest?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You see a trim, muscular man dressed in clothing that is comparatively drab and mundane compared to most of the outfits you've seen in the city. He carries himself with an air of supercilious arrogance. He also looks dramatically out of place here.
What do you want?
He asks.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I am Elias, warrior of renown. Surely you have heard of me.
Who the F are you? No, truth, no.
Can it truly be? Can it truly be that none in this town have heard of me or my exploits? Alas, I shall have to prove myself all over again. And here I had thought my fame had spread across the world.
What world are you from?
All of them!
I was waiting for you to say, I come from the land down under. Like, I just...
Only you are allowed to answer in songs on your stream. I'll save that for mine.
Got it.
I'm kidding.
I come from the city of Oliburn on the River Time. Surely you have heard of its glories and wonders?
Glories and wonders.
No matter. No matter. This place is benighted and ignorant when it comes to the splendors of true cities. I am told that my land is what is called a prime by the denizens of this city. Though a prime of what? I do not know.
I swear to God, this is turning into Worf. I am doing all of the characters from Star Trek.
Though a prime of
That's
what?
all
I
it
do not
is.
know. I am not a married man. All right.
Yeah, though a prime of what? I do not know.
How did you get here?
Enemy on the viewer, sir.
I
was
recommend the
chasing my
following thing
old
that you're
foe.
going to ignore. Sorry.
Yes. Exactly. Security breaches on 7 levels, Captain.
I was chasing my old foe.
No, let me let me de-warpify
It's just
this.
getting,
just
yeah, I
a
was going to say.
Hang on.
I was chasing my old foe. Villainous life shade. Tir Tenelel. Try saying that 5 times fast.
He pauses, choking on his own words, waiting for acknowledgement, and then continues.
It happens all the time.
He conjured his demonic magic
and opened himself a doorway and hurled himself through it. Before he could flee me entirely, I threw myself after him and found myself here.
You know, I get it, you're one of the clueless. Sounds as if I'm making some reference to something people know. So either there's going to be like, oh, yes, I am, or I'm going to horrifically insult him. Like, oh, I get it, you're a jackass, and you have no, like, no, dude. So I'm gonna hope that this clueless capitalized actually has a reference to something. Clueless.
Oh.
Well.
He bristles, reddening, and his hand clutches convulsively around the hilt of his sword.
Clueless, is it? I take offense to your words, sirrah, and bid you farewell, in the hopes that we should never cross paths again.
He turns away from you, still flushed with pride and rage.
I just wanted to ask you some questions.
He sighs heavily.
Well, when you put it that way...
and eyes you with disdain.
Then be on with it, scarred one. Ask and be done.
Who are you again? No. Who are the patrons of this tavern?
Let's start from the beginning. The only person I know here is Ebb there. I am new to this place, and I do not make it my business to meddle in the affairs of others. Did you have any further questions for me? Or may I continue to enjoy my solitude?
Well, I did have a few more questions for you. First, like, for example, what can you tell me about this place?
Then be on with it, Sarah. Excuse me. This is a tavern. One of the familiar sights of home. At least, it would be were it not for the fiendlings in the corner and the endless strangeness that parades before my eyes. I find that at least there is some humanity in this place, for which I am grateful.
Oh, yeah, you're clueless right now. You're a prime, aren't you?
Are we going to start with that again? If you mean that I am from the true world by that, then yes, I am a prime. I am a warrior of some small renown there. And, while I may not know all the loopholes of this new land, neither would I call myself clueless, as some of the local varlets around here have done.
Really? I would. No. All right, let's just call off the insult, shall we?
Call it even. Not until you apologize, villain.
He looks like he's just spoiling for a fight.
Or shall I provoke you more?
I don't want to beat this guy up. Very well, then I apologize.
Then I suppose, as a point of honor, I must accept your apology. Very well. In return, I offer my apology as well. Let us set the matter aside and speak no more of it.
Spoken like a true clueless. All right. So.
Damn it! Here we go.
You son of a. Okay.
On guard, you
immediately
ruffian!
I'm looking for a journal. Have you seen one recently?
I'm afraid that I have not been searching for such items. I am doing my best to reorient myself to this unfamiliar setting. Perhaps a journal would be a good idea. Could write down notes, like they do when you're playing computer RPGs. Whatever. And while I focus on small details, yes, exactly. I have my missed notebook that I keep for memory's sake. I focus on small details in my attempt to do so. I must confess, nobody ever wrote in those missed journals. Why did they even put them in there? I must confess, I have not been looking for journals of any sort.
All right, then. I would ask you, have you heard of a collector named Farid?
Farid? Collector? These are names and terms unfamiliar to me. But if I should hear them mentioned in any other context, I shall certainly remember your face. Indeed, I could not forget it.
Thanks. Farewell, Clueless Prime. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see this guy.
Don't worry, I will kill you later.
This is the guy. There was a guy talking to Ebb. I didn't even see him because he looks like Ghost.
Yeah, he's the same texture as the floor. That's impressive.
Okay, Kandrian. This one looks to me like.
So you want me to narrate this one?
This one looks to me. No, this one looks to me like Zach narrating with Dot doing the voice. I think on this one.
Okay.
You see a soft-looking man with gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use and destruction about his body, such as ropes, spikes, tinder boxes, and empty vials of air. He looks half gone, literally. There's an insubstantiality to his existence, as if his essence had been partially leached away. He focuses those eyes on you, and suddenly you find them gripping and determined.
Greetings to you, O Seeker.
I love it. This is one of the reasons I love Torment. It just loads on strangeness, and you're just kind of like, all right, like that's cool too. Greetings.
He carefully sets down the mug he's holding and gives you all his attention.
I've seen the far reaches of the multiverse and returned to tell the tale. I have walked upon the bodies of dead gods and spun moonbeams in the astral ahead of thousands shrieking at Yonkin nights. I have passed the edges of existence and watched my essence shiver away before me. What is it I can do for you?
Just give me some more poetry, please. That'd be pretty awesome. I had some questions for you.
Perhaps I have answers for you. Speak, and I shall tell you.
Who are you?
I am Kandrian, ill-born, traveler, dreamer, tale spinner, and so forth.
You were a traveler? Tell me of the plains.
I am tired, Seeker, so tired. I am fresh back from negation. I will answer what I can for you, but I cannot promise that you will find satisfaction in the answers I give. What would you know? Would you hear of the outer planes? The prime material? Or the inner planes?
I actually know this, but I'm going to ask anyway. What's the difference? Oh, dear God. That was a mistake.
The difference is true essence, Seeker. The inner planes are matter, substance, truly physical. True physicality. They are the building blocks of the multiverse. For it is from them an all belief in elements of springs. The inner planes filter through the ethereal planes, the planes of potential, some say, which forms the elements into the worlds of mortals. Once past the ethereal plane, one reaches the prime material, where exist all manner of mortal and monsters and myths and machines. It is there that belief is born, and there that the spirits that create the outer planes are born. When mortals die, they pass through the astral plane, and no place that is thought and mental energy itself. It is in all things and in none. It's a paradox, along other things, and it filters spirits into the great ring. Do you comprehend so far?
Yes, I think so. Go on.
Now, the outer planes. Where should I start? Do you know the cardinal rule of the planes, on which all others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know of the Great Ring and its divisions in our hearts? Do you know of the individual planes? Each of these leads to the next, and so it is best to start from the beginning.
All right, chat, buckle up. This is if you wanted to know what Planescape is all about. Tell me the
I'm for a
composition.
lore dump.
Tell me
Here
of
we
the
go.
composition of the planes.
The outer planes are created of and by belief in thought and faith. They take their imagined form from the prime material plane, shaped into forms that stagger at the imagination, built by the accumulation of belief. Belief creates these planes. Belief is power here. Change belief and you can change the nature of reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane-born, like the fiends and celestials, are truly born of thoughts and concepts of mortals. They each express some sort of ideal, and more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. Thus, the beginning that symbolizes love is one of the strongest of all.
It's awesome. It's not a lore dump. It's true full exposition, Backburner.
That's why the powers, gods, some call them, live out here. This is where all the faith in them comes. This is where they're all their most pure and strong. Their realms are extensions of their very beings, manifestations of their godly existence, all of it informed by belief.
So the composition of the planes is belief. All right, tell me of the Great Ring now.
That's cool.
Among the loose unity of planewalkers, we conceive of the infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of the ultimate neutrality, the Outlands. The spire atop which Sigil sits is at the center of the Outlands. The further one travels away from the spire, the less natural the plane grows, until it spills into the neighboring plane. Each of these planes impinges on the outer lands, spinning themselves into law and chaos, good and evil. The Great Road marks the demarcation between the Outlands and the gate towns that spring around them. The gate towns that spring up round the gates to these planes. Beyond the gate towns lie the hinterlands, uncharted territory that is lost to history and loses thought. Danger lies in the hinterlands.
That's Westchester. It's fine. Let's see.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little lost. Could you draw me a map of all of this, please? Does it come before the hinterlands or does it come after the hinterlands? I'm a little confused.
Go on.
The outer planes differ by mortality, not substance. Morality, not substance. For you will divide the planes into three sets. The upper planes of good, the lower planes of evil, and the boundary planes of neutrality. These are then divided further by law and chaos, with the Outlands in the middle. Which of these interests you?
Let's talk about the upper planes.
Circle of
good.
fifths.
Sorry,
no.
Circle of fifths. All right.
Of the upper planes, there are the neutral planes, the lawful planes, and the chaotic planes. What would you know?
Tell me about the neutral planes.
The neutral upper planes contain the Beastlands, a place of neutrality and goodness, with a slight tinge of chaos, where the animals rule the eternal moon and night. They hold Bitopia, twinned paradise of industry and labor, where all work towards good of all, and Elysium, the sweetest plane of goodness and calm I have ever come across. Alas, right now I am not well enough to enjoy any of their restorative effects. What would you hear of now?
Okay, what about the rest of the upper planes?
Of the upper planes, there are the neutral planes, the lawful planes, and the chaotic planes. Which would you know?
Tell me about the lawful planes so I can hang out with the Abishai over there.
Gandrian gives us... Oh,
Candrian
I give a
gives
small
us
shudder.
a small shudder,
I'm not the best person to speak of planes of law,
he says.
for the innate structure and ultimate patterns they impose frighten me. I steer clear of them, because I value my individuality more than I value the knowledge they'll bring of me. They include regimented Arcadia, nearest of the good planes to the unbending order of Mechanus, the Mount Celestia, home of Archons and the island of the Silver Sea.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to ask about the chaotic planes. So, chaotic planes.
These are where I feel most at home, though I steer clear of Yasgard for the most part. The endless battles and tests of metal among the floating earthbergs of the plane do not much for my disposition. Arborea, though.
He sighs.
The mountains are taller, the air clearer, the rivers purer, and the game larger than anywhere else. It is a true paradise, a place where passion runs high and wine never ceases to flow. when I have recovered enough of my wits and myself, when we have done with the water planes, you should ask me of the inner, and I will describe my journey to you. I'll return to Orboria's towers, bowers, and glades and lose myself for a time.
Okay,
The text is so tiny.
I know. Let's see. Chaotic Plains. Okay, we did that. Tell me more of the plains of the Great Ring. So, the lower plains.
Lower planes. Like the upper planes, the lower planes are divided into lawful, chaotic, and neutral. Each of them varies in terms of horrors and what those horrors do to traveler spirits, and all of them are best voided. Which of them would you like to hear of?
Let's talk about neutral evil.
The neutral planes, eh? They're vile and barely understandable, and they're more insidious on their own than you could ever imagine. Take Gehenna, for example. 4 volcanoes and stages of dormancy floating in an infinite void. Each of them somehow alive, and each of them wanting your soul by whatever means they can get it. Populated with Yulgoths, the worst of the fiends in my opinion, and you've got the place. The plane of ultimate evil, at least that's what they call it, is the grey waste, a no place that drains color from your body and spirit, stealing away even your apathy. And it's the site of the worst battlegrounds in the war down there. Don't get me started. Then you've got Karasi on the chaos side. Carcer.
I guess it's Carceri, I think.
Carceri, yeah.
Yeah, the gray stealing away even your apathy. Tell me about this war.
The Blood War.
At that name, your blood feels as if it freezes in your veins. Ilborn doesn't seem to notice, wrapped up as he is in his memories.
2 armies of fiends smashing together pointlessly across the lower plains, slaughtering mindlessly in the names of law and chaos. They all aggrandize it, of course, but in the end, it's about hate and stupid endeavor with aid none and harms far too many.
Okay, who's this dude Carceri?
Yeah, Carceri. And its poisonous jungles, acid swamps, destructive waters, sprung like a strung of rotten pearls nestled within another.
He pauses and looks at you carefully, again fixing you in place with his eyes.
Remember this, Seeker. Carceri is a prison, home to the
Garruleths, I'm guessing.
Garruleths, one of the most dangerous types of fiends there is. The strength of the prison is the strength of the captor, as strong as the prisoner lets it be. Destroy the prison keeper, and the body can escape red prison. There's almost no other way out. Not when the gates close themselves against you and watch you spin off into the vast space surrounding the orbs. Be wary of Carceri, traveler, for its bounds can be greater than flesh.
Charming. All right, the rest of the lower plains.
Beware the Goa'uld.
Oh, we hadn't updated our journal just then. What about the lawful plains? This is where we find out about our boys, the Abishai, over there.
As much as I detest the order of lawful upper planes, at least they present a modicum of goodness. Their lower planar counterparts, though, Acheron's a place of ricocheting cubes that never see an end to battle, swarming with the souls of dead humanoids. Bator.
He shivers involuntarily.
Oh, Bator is a place best voided. Those Batsu, the fiends in the corner there, are but the merest expression of the deviant corruption embodied in the soulless machines of the Order. If you want more, talk to them. But remember, all that is bad about bureaucracy and order originates from Bator, and it spreads like a stain across the hearts of mortals. Though there is some knowledge to be found there, it's rarely worth the spiritual rape the planes inflict.
Wow.
Did your Goa'uld go Irish for a stint there?
It's been a little bit of that all along, I think. Okay, and then the lower plains, and then last one was the chaotic plains.
The Abyss is someplace you shouldn't consider going. Where Barator's all orderly, the Abyss is full of chaos and change, and none of it's pleasant. When it becomes something that approximates normality, that's when you should be most wary of it. It's home to the Tenari. What most primes call demons, and they've got that name for a reason. They are unpredictable and murderous, and the few you can trust are few and far between. The few I have met who I trust, I still don't trust entirely. They are creatures of chaos and evil incarnate, and if they're putting on a friendly face, who's to say it's not part of a larger agenda?
That's fair enough. Okay, we already know about the lower planes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, planes of the Great Ring. That leads us to last set, the boundary planes.
Well, there are two boundary planes in my mind, and they're diametrically opposed. One of them, Mechanus, is the very essence of law, a place where beliefs fit together, interlock in, turn in a massive machine that is the entire plane. Some folks have it that the gears of Mechanus are the engine that drives the planes. The other plane is Limbo, swirling morals of chaos that follow no rules, none. And just when the body thinks it's classified its behavior, it goes and changes on him. Or it doesn't. You just can't tell. I was in Limbo not too long ago.
All right, so tell me of your journey.
He closes his eyes, remembering.
I had to get Zeri Guide with me, an anarch who could shape the ideologically matter of the plane into forms of his desire. We had fought off the herring of the Slaldi, the chaos creatures who call the plane home. It seemed there were none more unusual, but then one can never tell what's usual in Limbo. But I digress. In the midst of all this chaos, we came across a series of huge metal interlocking cubes, like some sort of puzzle box. It wasn't something we had shaped, unconsciously or not, and we couldn't find a way inside. It was like a bastion of order within the confines of disorder, a seed of law. That is the best I can explain it.
That's good stuff.
Updated my journal.
The last thing is the Outlands.
Oh, the Outlands. The Outlands are absolute neutrality. Perhaps they're the best place for the body to visit in the outer planes, outside of Sigil, if you don't want to have a plane's morality forced into your heart. Everything balances out in the Outlands, as it should be, for the plane that sits at the center of the Outlands, the outer planes. Powers, realms are scattered about here, and there are handfuls of gate towns that open into the rest of the outer planes. These gate towns usually mirror the philosophy of the plane their gates open onto, and if the balance of belief isn't kept in the town slips into the nearby plane. It's a bad situation for everyone, because few of the folks in the towns really want that change. But enough of the Outlands. What more you want to know?
I think that's just about it. I was looking for a journal I lost.
I've seen no journals lately, but from my own, and that has crumbled away into nothingness. My apologies.
No matter. Last thing was, do you know a collector named Farad?
Farad grew up to be a collector. How long ago was this? When I set out last, he was but a vicious stripling in one of the upper wards. Time does change some people. No, Seeker. I don't know Farad anymore, I'm willing to bet.
And again, like, one of the reasons I know everyone likes to hate on the morality system, and it certainly has issues in D&D, but thinking about Planescape as literally being the living incarnation of chaotic good, chaotic evil, neutral good, neutral, is just wild to me. The idea that the planes are formed from the moral beliefs of others is just, like, so good on so many levels. Awesome stuff. Yes, and I apologize that Dot had to read like the entire encyclopedia of Planescape.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was one person.
Now tell us about planes, trains, and automobiles.
Exactly. Okay. So there was one person.
Sorry.
Who was? Did we talk to O? I don't remember if we ever talked to O.
Oh. I don't know.
No, we definitely have not. Okay, a man standing stock still. Okay, this one I guess we'll have Rob. Why don't we have you narrate this, and Zach is going to be a man standing still who barely speaks in a pure bell-like tone. He is a living letter O. You're the letter O, Zach. All right, just
Oh, I'm narrating.
You're narrating, yeah.
Sorry, I heard that in the other whatever.
Excuse me. You see a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. On closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets are empty holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat gray light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie, empty feeling of a limitless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity.
Nice.
The head slowly swivels toward you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under his skin as he turns, and he speaks in a pure, bell-like tone.
Well met, wanderer. You have forgotten again, haven't you?
Shut up, guy. No. Do you know me,
You
stranger? Do you know me, stranger?
As he opens his mouth, you get that feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth, you see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if this man were a shell, surrounding an illimitable expanse.
I have spoken with you before, and always you forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in your amnesia. You draw close to the truth and recoil. Let us hope that you have the strength to endure your existence.
What do you know of me? How do you know
He's
this?
saying you have to reload your save very often because you keep dying.
You saying I'm not good at this game?
I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz about for a time, and curl up and die at the window of truth. You bumble about the pain, seeking the light without any plan to your actions, and fall exhausted when you fail. You alight on others to feed from them for a time, and move on with no regard to them. I have watched you come here and listen to your words, and watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, Seeker?
I don't much like the tone of your voice. No, who are you?
I am O.
For some reason, when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of much more than a single letter. As if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuance. You got that all from the letter zero?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Am I reading this right?
It's not zero, it's O.
Go on. Go on. No human tongue could ever create such a sound.
It was more of a "ew."
What sort of
I
a
am
name?
furious.
I am it.
I am
Cirque du Soleil's.
I am
I am. What sort of a name is that?
My love, that's French.
It is my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am writ in the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, metaphysic.
Hello. Is there anybody in there? Right. Let's.
I'm thinking the scene from the Ten Commandments. I am
And
what
today,
I am.
Today on Planescape Torment, we met the letter O. Literally the letter O.
Literally. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
The divine alphabet
No idea.
is writ in the name of everything that exists, from the seed at the hearts of the elemental planes to the core of the great beyond. My sisters. Sisters.
Is that? Oh, I guess that's me
That's you,
saying that.
yeah.
Yeah.
A single word translates into the two in your mind.
My siblings, yes, that would be the word.
Mm-hmm.
And I
That's a
reach
yes.
across all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought, and reality, and concept, and the unimaginable.
Oh. Okay.
I guess it would be my Brithsters.
You're my
My
bristers.
Brithers.
My Struthers. Tell me about the great beyond.
You would not understand.
Yeah, I would.
You would not understand.
Okay.
No mortal possibly could. It is beyond the powers of comprehension of all but the most powerful of powers. And once they understand, they move beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. I can explain it no more than that. Perhaps sometime you will understand.
So, like, when I reach Z, I will find enlightenment? Is it? So, so what are you doing here?
Why, I am watching the ebb, creakneys, and flow of mortality.
And what do you see?
You mortals, you are like wasps. You build your lives' nests from the slimmest of branches, and when the wind shakes your home life free, you seek to sting the wind to death. Instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourselves, and learning from your experience, you bring harm to any who have the misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you, and to all mortals, stop acting like an insect, and start acting sentient. Thus says the letter O.
You saying that insects cannot be sentient? This guy's very big on wasps and fly analogies. I'll think about
Yes.
that.
What is it you wish to know?
I'm looking for a journal. It's urgent. Do you know where I might find it?
I know where you can find it, but it is not my place to reveal such information. Rest assured you will find it, as well as the man you seek.
Look, if you don't want to reach P, you're going to tell me what I know. Do you know where Ferret is?
I know where he is. I can give you only one word. 42 P. Sherman Wallaby. Nearby. You will find him in the hive, under a veil of secrecy.
That's what all your answers seem to be under as well. Can you give me an answer to another question?
What is it you wish to know from O?
From O. Tell me of the patrons of this tavern.
The patrons of this place are varied, yet all mortal. Like all mortals, their concerns are limited, with the potential of blossoming into actual truth. I can tell you this, though. You may find a companion dear to your heart. Oh, it looks like you already did. Hello there, Rakan. How's it going? Yes, at least as dear as your heart will allow.
Maybe he means Drusilla. We don't know.
Maybe.
I think I should be insulted, but I'll let that slip. How about...
What is it you wish to know?
Tell me about yourself, O. Oh, wait, I already did that. Sorry, we already talked about this.
I
Never
am...
mind, O. Silence.
I am...
I am... Okay, the last...
I am gone.
The last group of people we haven't touched with these Mercy Killer patrons. This is wild, though. I mean, we spent like over an hour here, but it's just like every freaking cool character on Earth is just here.
Chat,
All right.
there will be a test after the stream. Make sure you're making notes, especially of the planes.
This is very clearly the cool bar.
Yeah.
It really is. All right, Mercy Killer patron. You see a lad who barely looks a day over 18. Okay, so this is kind of like, what? What's wrong? I can handle it. Rob, I'll have you play this one. So you're playing the 18-year-old soldier who's probably overcompensating, is my guess.
Typecasted again. Son of a bitch.
I can narrate.
Okay. Sounds good, Zach. Yeah, everyone has like felt so bad for you, Dot. Everyone in chat was
Oh,
like,
that's
you
okay.
need a big rest.
I got a warm drink, so I'm much happier now. My drink was, by the time I got done, my coffee wasn't warm anymore.
Would you like me to read the beginning again, or do you want to ask the question?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
You see a lad who barely looks a day over 18. His face seems to betray some tension.
Help you, Carter.
Who are you?
I'm Caleb. I'm a mercy killer. I'm here with Tana in Illidan to catch my first criminal.
Illidan.
You're gonna catch your smooth criminal.
Illidan. I don't know how to pronounce it.
What can
I'm
you tell
18.
me
I don't know
about
shit.
about the Mercy Killers?
Well, sorry. I have to get used to saying that now. Believe that justice is the most important thing in existence. I believe that without justice there is no meaning. And without meaning, we might as well just go off and kill ourselves. I don't want to kill myself. So I decided justice is the meaning. If you want to know more, you ought to ask one of the other two. Or find one of the recruiters. They'll talk your ear off.
This guy's a metaphysical genius. I might go do that. How about...
No, he's 18. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know shite.
Have you found a journal?
A journal? No, sorry. I'm still new here.
So, I actually don't know how to say that word.
A journal.
A journal? A journal? A
That
journal?
accent, that's true.
No, sorry. Just basically take all of the consonants. A journal?
Yeah, just the vowels.
No, sorry. Oh, exactly.
I'm still new here, so I'm not all that connected yet. If I see one, I'll let you know.
He looks around the bar.
What are you doing?
I just did that.
Well, well, seeing as I'm a no mercy killer, I'm supposed to be bringing a criminal to justice. Sure, I can handle the field work. Field work? Or what?
Sorry.
I can handle the field work. I decided I want to catch a killer. So, we asked around. I got told he was going to be here. Still haven't seen him, though. I'm a little nervous, to tell the truth. If you'll excuse me, I really ought to get looking at the faces here again.
He cranes his neck and looks around the bar.
And I'm like Homer Simpsoning back. I
just did that.
Killers here, and I don't know. I don't know at all. Yeah, hold on a second. I just realized that I...
Those guys I stabbed died just randomly on the street.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I don't know how those sword markings ended up there.
Wasn't me. That was the other nameless one. Okay. Let's see. Just a few more questions.
I swear to God, that blood on my sword was there when I found it.
I'm looking for a collector goes
What
by
you
the
want to
name
know?
of Farad. Looking for a collector goes by the name of Farad. Would you happen to know where I can find him?
Farad? Can't say I've heard of him. Is he a criminal? Maybe we'll pick him up later. Thanks for the tip-off, citizen.
I just need to find him, not get him killed. Can you answer some other questions for me?
What do you want to know?
Who are your friends here?
They're the people who are here to make sure I don't foul up this assignment. Tana's the older one. Ilsidan's the one who's here to make sure I do the job right. And give me support, if I need it.
He swallows noisily.
I hope I won't.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. What can you tell me
What
about
you want to
this place?
know? This place? It's the Smoldering Corpse. I think they named it after the guy near the entry. It's a place where criminals and lowlifes hang out. Still, there are some cutters here who know what you're talking about. Some of them are those fiends, though. I don't like to deal with them. Oh, I feel like they're staring right at my soul.
They are. Farewell. They are staring into your soul. He's just like,
I am right now.
okay.
I'm right here.
So the older dude. This looks like... Oh, okay, huge dude who has no interest in talking. All right, Zach, I'll give this one to you, and then we'll have the other one, the last person, be Dot. So go ahead, Rob. You can narrate this one, and then last one will be Dot.
An armored behemoth. This man is huge. He also seems to have a very keen eye. It misses nothing that transpires around him. It also seems that he has no interest in speaking to Hugh.
Hello, I'd like to
Or
ask you
you,
some
for that matter.
questions.
And I don't want to speak to Hugh. The man stares at you as if he were some form of bug. He stares at you. He just did that, blinking slowly. He turns his head, then dismissing you without speaking a word.
Oh yeah, we'll
A
take
word,
this praying
a
mantis, you
word.
piece of crap. Hello?
You hear a subterranean rumble beginning deep in the man's chest. He lightly strokes his weapon and stares at you with renewed interest.
Oh, fine. Farewell. Okay, this one's going
Wonderful
to
job,
be
Zach.
This one's gonna be
A+.
it's great. It's great work.
That's
Yeah.
some of my best work.
Okay, so this will be Dodd, who apparently is a grizzled, burly man in spiked armor. I've always suspected.
Got it. On it.
Me
sorry,
or
and Zach
Rob
can narrate
narrate?
this. Zach can
Okay.
narrate this one, yeah.
You see a grizzled, burly man in spiked armor. He eyes you coolly and slowly up and down, evaluating you. He pauses for a time on your face, as if it jogs his memory somehow. He sighs then and says,
Can I help you with something, friend?
He pauses on your face. That's not very nice.
You know the business with a who are you?
Me? I'm Tarner.
What's with the outfit?
Timmy Turner.
It's a uniform of a kind. We're the Red Death, mercy killers. We're the justice folks. Someone commits a crime, we bring them to justice. We right wrongs too. You want to know more? Go talk to one of the recruiters.
I love we're like talking to O, and O is just sort of like, you are like a wasp buzzing at the panes. And this
Yeah.
guy's like, can I get a yo for justice? Justice is what we do, and we bring people to justice. All right, answer some questions for me, will you?
What do you want to know?
Did you recognize me?
I thought I did, but those pictures are centuries out of date and I suspect it'd be dead by now. Of course, these are the plains, and stranger things have happened. Still, if you're the fella I'm thinking of, it looks like you served your sentence by means of pain.
Indeed, I am the King of Pain. I will always be King of Pain. What can you tell me about this person you're talking about?
It was a particularly brutal criminal, from what I understand. That was, of course, centuries ago. Immense strength, they said, and enough anger to tear the head from a
Barrier, I guess.
Barrier? From a barrier. Not a sod to be messing with. Word is he got himself surrounded by Red Death Patrol. Escaped through a portal. Hasn't been seen since. There are pictures of him. Take away some of the scars and you might be let me try that again. Take away some of the scars and you might be related to him. Probably not him, though.
Sounds like a nasty fellow. I had some questions about something else. Like, who are your friends here?
Caleb. Caleb and Bob.
Caleb and Bob.
Perfect.
Caleb's the new mate, a new recruit. Isildon's muscle from I'm the Brains.
Okay, and what are you doing here?
They're taking the hobbits to Islington.
Waiting for a criminal. This'll be eager Caleb's first rest, if the buck we're waiting for ever shows up.
All right, we already talked about who they were. Have you seen a journal?
I see far too much on the means of streets of sigil, friend. Lest this journal was something spectacular, chances are good I ain't seen it.
All right, well then, have you heard of a collector by the name of Farid?
You looking for him, eh? From the tone of your voice, I'm betting it won't be for a quick drink down at the local tavern either. See, I know Farid of old. He's a slippery one, he is, and it'll be a time before we can pin something on him. Problem is, only a fanatic like Bahallard Strog, the guy without even a shred of proof. That's all a long way of saying I don't know where the sod is. But you ought to know he's a suspect, and I won't do you any good to be seen with him.
I'll keep that in mind. Okay, tell me about this place.
This? Well, this is a smoldering corpse. Chat is this place is full of portals and such, but then that's true most anywhere in Sigil. Good, cheap drinks, and if you don't mind the company of bobbers and fiends, it ain't a bad place to be. You ought to know more about the place. Talk to the bartender or something.
I just wanted them to break into just like, sometimes you want to know a place where everybody knows your name. All right. We're gonna save that because we don't want any of that again. All right. So that means that we need to track down this person who is going to escape without paying the bill, which I think was near the door, because we talked to everybody else.
Yeah, they said they were standing near the door trying to bail.
Aha! You, Mokai. I guess Rob, go ahead on this. I don't know what this is, but let's have you do the narration here.
You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you near her, she calls out to you.
Dot, I guess, for this one.
Yeah. You over here.
You notice that there's something wrong about her. And your exposure to the dustman leads you to believe that there's just too lively to be a real member of the faction.
She has a backwards baseball cap, and she... okay. I'll approach
It's the
her.
Star Wars sweater that really gave her away.
Hey, Cutter, buy a lady a drink.
You're not really a dustman, are you?
She looks around nervously and seems to sober right up.
Why would you say that?
Because you don't act like a dusty, and you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money in instead of giving it out for that corpse labor they do at the mortuary.
She stifles a squeak of terror and hastens to explain.
No. I'm not a dustman. I just found these robes in the street and I didn't have enough money to get any good clothes. And I heard there was a dustman thief around, but you could probably find him somewhere else in the southwest part of the hive. I saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me.
I'm not planning on it. You ought to know that you're not pulling it off too well. Now answer some questions.
What do you want to know?
Okay, I'm going to start with this, and then she'll probably be like, help me, and then I'll figure out a way to help her. Barkus says it's time for you to settle your tab. Pay up.
She jumps a little. And her nervous tension becomes full-fledged anxiety.
Going to do?
Nothing yet. Answer some questions for me. Okay, we already did that. I guess the only thing I can possibly ask is, who are you?
Me? I'm Mokai. I just like to drink here and
She loses her train of thought momentarily.
the person, you know.
What is this lady's deal?
It's very, very Dot.
Yeah.
Yes, this is actually just me.
Now we see Dot uncloaked the full Dot. I see. Answer something else for me then.
I classify as a human.
All right. What is this place?
The Smoldering Corpse Tavern. Can't you read? You more pumped than I am.
Tell me about the other patrons here.
Dunno. They're just people. I don't deal much with people, unless they're buying me a drink.
She looks at you hopefully.
What? Okay, give me some other answers.
Sweet and to the point. This is exactly what kind of character Dot needs now.
Who's the burning corpse?
After that encyclopedia. This is perfect.
He's not a corpse. He's some crazy wizard. Ask around. They'll tell you the story.
I do not trust this lady. I'm saying right now.
I'm not that into philosophy.
You know
I don't know
what?
much about planes.
Straight to the point.
Pay your tab. Pay it.
She jumps a little, and her nervous tension becomes full-fledged anxiety, in case you were
What are
reading
you
before.
gonna do?
Pay up.
I can't afford it. Can't you spot me just 10%? I'll give it to him, and he knows I'll pay the rest.
I don't think so. I'm not a charity. Can you think of another way to pay him?
Have you ever seen a
Another-
pyramid?
Another way to pay. Huh. You could.
She smiles sadly.
You could always kill me.
What?
That escalated
I was
quickly.
gonna say what is the distraction?
What's that over there? So you
Did she
can
just
kill
think
her.
of that and did she just come up with it and think, oh, that's a great plan?
Why? What's the heck is this?
God Almighty!
Why?
I would lend you the money, but I don't have it. Answer some other questions, will you? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you need money. All right, we're gonna have to come back and get money.
Kill me.
Farewell.
I love that everybody in this game is, I'm not going to give you any money, but I want more than you have.
Yeah, exactly. Please give me
Sounds
more money
exactly
than
like real
exists.
life. It's amazing.
All right, let's go see if we can
This
track
job-
down Farad and get some money from this.
It's the
clown.
2022 job market in video
Yeah.
game form.
Art imitates life.
What if I pay you in exposure?
What if I pay you an exposure? Whoa, hey,
oh my God, you've made some friends.
I see.
Well, I remember the last time you ran away from this to
Did
get
they just
inside the
waiting
tavern.
for me the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, you did run
Yeah.
away from this to get inside,
new
actually,
friend.
yes.
Now I
They
have
totally waited
Dakan.
for you.
I have Dakan though.
Yeah.
What's
Although
up?
we can't see your health, so good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I gotta change that around. I will in a minute.
All right. It's amazing. He went into this building, but we have no way to get inside. We just can't figure out how to go in.
We are
Fortunately,
allergic
Dakan.
to doors.
Yes.
Look at my boy Dakan going on.
Wow. Look at you doing great.
Yeah,
Dang.
Dakan. There we
My
go.
name
See, I
is
got some
Mort,
money.
and I will just headbutt everybody.
So just get all this money and stuff,
Yes.
and then
Okay.
I'll
You find a whole 12 gold coins.
listen. All right, I'll find some other stuff. I got a bronze ring.
Okay.
I got a rusty
That was
dagger.
my wedding ring.
You bark. All right.
My
copper.
corpse bride gave that to me on our wedding night.
What do you think of that, drunk?
bastard.
I mean, I just walked out, and that was what happened. What? Why can I not?
I told you we shouldn't have waited here. We should have just gone back.
My inventory's full.
that was impressive. I was
I'm
like,
full.
oh, sorry. Oh, wait. You're right. Okay. Let's.
I'm
use
heavy.
this. Right.
I can't move.
Push that to.
Who are you?
I'm gone.
I'm over encumbered.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm
this-
over cucumbered.
I want to see like a movie trailer for Planescape Torment, but in the style of like the new Batman trailer with Robert Pattinson, where it's like, where they ask, "Who are you?" and Batman's like, "I'm vengeance."
I'm vengeance.
But instead, it's this, and they ask, this guy, "Who are you?" and he's like, "I'm gone."
Yeah. But it has to be in this. It has to be entirely in this, mud texture art style.
Yes.
It has to be
That'd be lovely.
accurate to all of this.
Oh, actually, wait.
Is that
he
the floor
said-
or is that the wall? Who can tell?
He said southwestern or southeastern for
Who
Farad.
knows? I don't even know anymore.
think
Do you have
he's-
like a journal? That
I don't have a journal, Arv. I don't know.
a journal?
Updated my journal. Let's see.
A journal.
Craddock's missing.
A
journal.
Carsey told me a puzzle. Oh god.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of information.
The days before
what
they
if-
decided to organize
well,
anything.
The barkeeper said that Eb Creekneys was supposed to tell us about what's his name.
Yeah. Let's go back and just quickly find out from. I'm not going to ask him everything. I just want to know about
Alright.
Farad.
Let's quickly talk to everybody in there again. This time,
Here we go.
make sure you're
This
paying
time,
attention.
all with a French accent.
Here, what was that about the planes again?
Yeah.
Ebb Creek Knees. Who played this last time?
I don't remember.
I think I did.
Okay.
Because I did the
Back for more, eh?
Yeah.
Good to see you again, lad.
Okay. Greetings, Ebb. I had some questions. Specifically, do you know someone named Farad?
Aye, lad, what do you want to know? Farad.
Go ahead, Zach. You can narrate
Eb
this.
frowns, takes the pipe
Now,
from
lad,
his
what
mouth.
do you be wanting with a Burke like that? Nope, you missed your turn. Burke like Farad.
He's somebody
Train is
that
leaving
I
the
used
station.
to know.
I think he stole some of my belongings.
Oh, no doubt, lads, no doubt.
He grumbles, chewing on his pipe.
You have to chain up everything around that grasping little spider. He should have been one of the fated, the way anything not chained down slips into his parlor. Don't give him a yard, or he'll take a league.
I'm not sure about the audio drops on this shadowed. I did two things differently. One, I changed the keyframe interval on OBS, and two, I'm doing NVENC instead of X264. But this is a very, it is my gaming computer, but it's a very easy, Planescape Torment is, 20 years old through GOG? Like, this is not a strain, or at least it shouldn't be. So I don't know. Struck me, I gotta fix the capture window, though. So that you folks can see more of it. So give me 1 second.
Seymour, you say? I used to know a fellow named Seymour. Surprisingly, he was blind.
And that's all I have to say.
And that's
about
all I
that.
have to say about
that.
my friend Seymour.
Yes.
Okay.
He didn't.
Right,
He didn't get very far under the bleachers.
What do you know about him?
Well, no, I don't know everything there is to know about old Farid, but I know some of the dark surrounding him. If you're determined to track down that spider and nail him to a wall, then I suppose I could spill some of the chant so you know what you're tangling with.
He pauses to tamp his pipe.
Farid dug his nest deep into Ragepicker Square not too long ago. Got a bunch of collectors and gangs together and started what one could almost consider a collecting faction. Be that as it may.
All right. That would be awesome, Shadow. Where can I find him?
Well, lad, if you're looking for Farid, which I would say is pretty balmy of you, you're a little off the beaten path. You ought to be finding Ragpicker's Square. Chances that Farid set up his kip somewhere in the square. Even an old fellow like me, who's been around the ring a few times, don't know exactly where. I figure that Farid wants to keep the dark on his location dark. If you're all bound and determined to find Farid, go to Ragepicker Square and try to dig up Farid's location from some of the locals. Try and be careful about it, since there's plenty in the square who'd make a gut harp out of you as soon as look at you.
I see farewell. Thanks, Eb. So that didn't tell us much except go to Ragpicker Square.
He wants to keep the dark around his
Yes.
dark.
Dark with a dark square.
Dark with a dark square.
Okay, let's see. That's the southwestern portion of the hive.
Yeah, it didn't really tell us where Ragpicker's
Dark
Square is.
squared actually gets you dark.
Well, might as
Again.
well explore here and find where it is.
I'm here. It just happened, by the way.
Yeah, it stuttered for a second.
I just saw what you were talking about. I
Did
just
you?
saw it happen, Arv.
Did you see like my video too?
It froze.
Oh.
It froze, and the audio cut out. The only thing I didn't notice is if the cameras froze also.
Yeah.
But if someone,
Time for
the
a
best way,
fight.
if someone could clip that, that would be a good thing to clip. If someone is able to do a clip of it, or I could make it.
In the meantime, we're
I can't clip it because I don't know where they put the clip button these days because they keep moving things.
Uh-oh. Oh, Dakan is the dead.
Dakan. What?
Oh,
That's
that's
no.
More like Dagon.
To pass. We're gonna let's try that again.
Hey,
I'm just like
the
wandering
game
around
better.
trying to find things. Anyway, well that means that it's not.
I see you have
either.
returned.
So, that's great. Sigh, what is wrong with OBS and my stuff?
Ebb Creek knees implies the existence of flow smooth elbows. That's probably okay. I'll stop.
Did you just come up with that on the spot? That's good.
It took me about 15 seconds.
were you working through it? Okay.
Yeah, I had to find
It's
I had to
like,
find the
wow.
opposite of each one, but
I don't
I
know
was
if
able
we should
to.
go. That's pretty good. That's quality. Do you think we should go to the Tenement of Thugs?
The
Because I think that's
punchline's
fun,
connected to the set up the.
Well, you keep getting attacked by thugs, so
Well, that's
maybe
why I'm like
walking
running
into-
past everybody because every time I stop for 3 seconds, they're just like,
Why
ah.
don't you find Ragpicker's Square?
I'm trying. That's the plan.
I
What?
gotta.
Hey, gotta.
Mourns for trees. All right.
I call it.
Why you gotta keep
mine-
dragging me through it through physical encounters? I'm not corporeal.
Zach, you clearly mourn for trees.
I have no
I do.
corpus. I'm just a head.
Dot, let's
I'm
have you
gone.
narrate this one.
Sorry.
You see a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who is gazing at the ash-dead tree in front of him.
He's mumbling to himself and tapping his chin as if trying to figure something out. Occasionally, he shakes his head sadly.
Greetings.
He seems momentarily startled as you interrupt his train of thought. He speaks in a calm, unhurried tone, but one full of sadness.
Oh. Greetings to you too, friend. How's this day find you?
It finds me well.
Miserable.
He smiles, but sorrow still lies in his eyes.
That's good, friend. I hope your fortune continues.
He seems about to turn his back up to the tree.
And how's this day find you?
He shrugs slightly and proffers a bit of a smile.
Fortune finds me well, though I'm saddened just the same.
Why is that?
He pats the tree beside him.
It's the trees here in the hive. They're dying, friend, and no one cares.
Seeing the look on your face, he holds his hands up as if to silence you for a moment.
It may not matter to some, but it's important to me. I feel it's a shame to see the last tatters of life and beauty in this world left uncared for, to die. Can you understand that, friend?
Yes, you're right. It's a sad thing.
He seems surprised and blurts out.
Really? Oh, I mean, wonderful. Oh, perhaps you would...
He pauses for so long, the narrator doesn't even know.
He pauses, yes, and seems suddenly suspicious. He recomposes himself, speaking in his usual slow manner.
In any case, that's good. I suppose you have some questions for me now.
No, not just yet. What is it you were going to ask?
For the first time, the man seems genuinely happy. Beaming, he explains.
It's difficult for anything to survive here. Just look around and you'll see what I mean, friend. I'm not sure if it's possible for the trees to thrive here, even if they somehow were to get enough light and clean water.
Go on.
He nods, enthusiastically.
But if enough people care, really want them to live, I just know they'll survive. They'll turn green again and flourish.
You could be right, you lunatic.
I am right. I'm certain of it.
A sense of conviction surrounds him like an aura. He seems so unlike the man you first spoke to.
That's all I'd ask of you, friend. Just care for them. Hope for their recovery. In time, should enough people want it, it will come to pass. Can you do that for me, friend?
Yes, I'll help, especially if there's money in it.
Excellent. What was that?
500 experience.
Okay. Excellent, my friend. Excellent. I thank you. You've given me back my confidence, my purpose. Perhaps I can find others like you who will listen. Perhaps will make a difference. What about your companions, friend? Would you speak to them on my behalf?
Mort, what do you think?
Huh? Oh. Yeah, Chief. Sure. Whatever you say.
Thanks. I had some question, Morns.
He nods, awaiting your question.
Any change in the trees yet?
No, not Not yet, my friend. I still have hope, though. I speak to people every day.
I wanted to ask Dakan to help you.
And this is me, right?
Yeah, I think that is you. Yeah, sorry, you have to talk to yourself.
No, this is fine.
One finds your request most intriguing. Trees in the hive, like cities in limbo. They would stand as a testament to the will of the people, not to bow to that which would surround and devour them, to take what has been thrust upon them or left behind and make good of it. I, too, will care for these trees.
Thanks. I had some question, Morns. Any change in the trees? Okay, never mind.
No, not yet, my friend.
Never mind. Okay, let's see. Who are you?
I am called Mourns for Trees by the people here, friend.
All right, that seems reasonable. Why are all the trees dying?
Just look at your surroundings, friend. Could you imagine anything having an easy life here?
That's a good point.
And besides the wretched conditions, the Dabus rarely come to this part of Sigil.
Yeah, sort of, Mirinda. Dabus?
You know Dabus. Surely you've seen them. They're the lady servants. They care for the city.
Care for it? Some parts of it more than others, of course.
He looks sadly at the tree beside him.
Why don't they come here often?
The hive's a dangerous place, but that's not it. The Dabus have the lady watching over them. No one's foolish enough to tangle with her, friend. I suppose it's really all on account of Fel.
Who is Fel?
Fel? He's, well, friend, I'll just say he's the only Dabus that doesn't care to serve the lady. I don't know the whole dark of it, as they say, but he's shunned by his fellows and lives here, alone in the hive. He runs a tattoo parlor, but most of Sigil is wary of the place.
Yeah, we passed that on the way here, actually. Tell me about this tattoo parlor.
Fel's parlor, There's only a few buildings east of here. It's marked with his personal symbol, a white oval pierced by a lightning bolt. I've never been there myself, friend, but as I understand it, he's able to turn images from his speech. You know, Dabus speak in images, yes? Rebusses?
Yes, go on.
So he's somehow able to turn images from his speech into tattoos. And not just ordinary inkings either. I'm told there's magic about them, and more than just in their making. I don't know much else about it, though.
Okay, so what about the places there to be wary of?
Well, friend, since he turned from the lady, many people think it's just a matter of time before her shadow falls on him. No one wants to be about when and if that happens, I'm sure.
You don't have any idea of how he came to be shunned?
Like I said, friend, I'm not too sure. I've only heard vague rumors about him being on the wrong side of the issue when some power decided to butt heads with the lady. You could always try and ask him, friend. I'm told he's friendly enough, if not a little odd.
Some power? Like World War II Germany, or?
A deity, friend. A god. Normally the lady has no problems with the likes of them, as she keeps their lot out of Sigil entirely. His name was Eoskar, but I don't know much else about the affair.
His name was?
The man nods gravely.
As I understand it, the lady destroyed him. I wouldn't forget that, if you were ever to consider messing about with her, or her servants.
All right, we gotta go pick up that Fells Plaza. All right, what about a man named Farid?
I'm sorry, friend. When I first came here, I spoke to many people, but I don't remember anyone by that name.
All right, and what about a journal that I've lost?
I can't recall seeing one anywhere. Where do you last remember having it, friend?
Couldn't say goodbye. Okay, so
we love the trees, care for them,
the
pray
trees
for them.
forever. Praise the trees. All right, well then let's hit up Fel's tattoo parlor and see what the guy has to say.
It's always sad to say goodbye. Speaking of
And
which,
thugs trying to kill you.
Yep. I saw it. They were like,
I'm gone.
I'm gone.
I'm in the tattoo parlor. Aha.
do we not hear the chimes at midnight?
Fell, I assume. Let's see. We'll have Dot speak the rebus, and we'll have Rob narrate this, since I don't even know if Fell's going to speak, but just be doing, like, pictograms.
Okay.
Let me find something good for this, everybody. You know what? Who said it? Does it have to be male?
No.
Perfect.
Ready? Okay. You see a Dabis, but something about it strikes you. Could you move your damn mouse, please,
Sorry, what's wrong?
sir?
Strikes
What kind
you
of
what?
roughshod,
Strikes you.
you know, charlatanesque production are you running here? All right. You see a Dabis, but something about it strikes you as odd. It has the same shock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, the same pair of goat horns. Then, you suddenly realize this one is walking on the ground, not floating. For some reason, that makes you uneasy.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, Rudnell. Let's see. Try and speak to it. See if you can understand it.
You ask the Dabus several questions. Is it Dabus or Dabus?
I think I don't know.
Either one.
Either one, yeah.
Either one?
It's the bus.
The bus.
The bus.
It's the bus.
Get on the
It's
bus.
the bus.
It's the bus. Listen,
Grab
the
it
boss
by the
said.
horns.
This is what
You
the
asked
boss
the
said.
bus. What does the bus say?
It's Deus, not Deus.
What does the boss say? Honk, honk, honk.
Yeah. You ask the Dabus several questions, trying to get a feel for the rebuses that appear above its head. Although it is extremely patient throughout your discussion, you can't seem to get the hang of it. Eventually, the Dabus stops floating symbols and simply waits.
Is it actually W's? W's? I'm not going to
It's
ask him more
WC.
about this.
Ask
WC.
Dakan.
Yeah, Dakan, can you translate? Aha.
Mm.
Dakan nods, huh? All right. Ask him who he is.
The Dabus inclines his head slightly, and a lone symbol appears above his head. It is blurry at first, then resolves into a white oval with a black lightning bolt through it.
What did he say, Dakan?
Oh yeah, Dakan says known this way every time.
To know that.
He is known as Fell.
Okay, that's good. Ask him
Yes.
what this place
You're
is.
welcome.
A slow train of symbols materialize around Fell's head. The symbols take several moments to resolve, starting with simple lines, then fleshing themselves out into breathtaking colors.
What did he say, Dakan?
He's hungry. Oh. He places pictures on the flesh here. Tattoos.
Can I see what tattoos he has available? Oh. Wow.
Tattoo of the spirit.
Yeah, if only you had some money.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is great, because what we need is not to find money.
He draws a picture of you not. He draws you a picture of you not being able to afford any.
You can, so you can increase
Wow.
strength, you can increase intelligence, you can...
The bus.
You gotta be fast, Shadowed. You gotta be
improve your
fast.
AC. Let's see. Okay, I can sell stuff. All right. I'm sure he'll want to buy every part of it. It's like, I do not care about earrings.
I saw you had. Yeah, you have a few expensive things.
Do you have? Do you
Can't
have any
sell any of it,
tattoo
though.
needs?
Can't sell any of
Why
it, though. He
can't
doesn't
you
take any of
sell-
it.
Wow.
It's all grayed out, or in this case, redded out.
Read it out.
Yeah. It's Reddit.
He
All
draws you a picture of, I don't want any of your trash, you filched.
I am
Populates the picture of a middle finger.
being held by a
Manifests
Skyrim merchant.
out of his head, and he
Go.
walks away.
Wow.
Yes, you walk to the one merchant who won't
buy stolen goods off of you in
This is
Skyrim.
not, yeah, this is not Skyrim.
Man. All right. So much for Fel.
The bus.
I am sorry, sir. I'm a reputable weaver here in Skyrim. I don't buy this.
Okay, so
Rag
let's head over
Picker
here and see if we
Square.
can find Rag Picker
Rag
Square.
Picker Square.
Arv, just to keep an eye on the time.
Yep, I see
Sorry.
it. Quarter of. We got about 10 minutes ish, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's
Okay,
see.
The smoldering corpse.
Sigil for this one. All right, we're going to run past here, past the million people that are going to try to attack.
I'm gone.
Go. I'm gone.
I'm gone.
I'm dead.
When it's unpaused, I'm paused. I'm running.
All right.
Help, help. I'm being repressed.
Jeez, that's a lot of people.
Everybody in the world wants to kill me. Okay.
Oh, you didn't get him.
Yeah.
That feel when you have amnesia and everyone hates you. It's just like, what did I do to you? Shut up.
All right.
My memory's
All
gone.
right. I'm gone. Right.
And you're missing an eye, apparently.
Jeez. And, like, I see him and he's like, oh, I'm going to, like,
The
stop.
ladies of the night want you, and the men of the night want you.
The women want to be with him and kill him, and the men want to kill him. And
All right.
That's when your dark night turns really dark.
and that's Quattra's
Quattra's
warehouse.
Warehouse.
In the middle of our street.
On the west side of the hive.
Hey, welcome in. What would you like to buy?
I'm not going
Oh, it's
to another
not
place where I need
Watu's
to
warehouse. Sorry.
Oh! Oh,
Is
hi,
that
Black
gonna
Abishai.
take-
Last time I fought a
That's
Black
pretty good,
Abishai,
Rob.
it crushed me.
That's a good impression.
Okay.
Republican credits are no good here. Only money.
Northwestern portion of the hive.
Northwestern portion of the hive.
Guess we'll go there and hope we can find
Would the
some
world
rag
map
picker
help?
square.
All right.
Oh no, it's I'm a Troidarian. My tricks don't work on me.
there.
Only
Oh,
money.
rag picker
Oh,
square,
that's
which
where
we
you
haven't
go.
been there. So we
you
do
got
need
to
to
go
go
west.
northwest and then keep going west. So,
West. Gotta go west.
gotta go west.
We gotta go west.
West.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go west. I'll be back.
Running, 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 running.
Running.
Done.
I see we all have the same earworms installed.
Yes.
There we go.
Here we are. The flop house to rag picker square.
Ah, yes, the flop house. This Sigil's version of IHOP.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
I
the
could go
Waffle
for
House.
some flapjacks right now.
Waffle House is not a thing on the West Coast, so
Ah, really?
I'm sorry.
yeah, no, I don't know anything.
We need to go to Pancake's
Seriously?
house.
So am I.
Just like White Castle burgers or whatever. That don't.
Well,
does
you're not
exist
missing
over
anything
here.
there.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Just like you guys don't have In-N-Out, which is a shame.
It's true. We
I
also don't
miss
have
In-N-Out burgers.
Dick's Burgers, which is a big Seattle, Pacific Northwest thing.
Done.
Done.
But we have Shake Shack, and that's all we'll ever need.
Yeah.
Yellow Fingers.
Rat
Ratbone. Oh, yeah, right. We have to talk to this guy, Ratbone. He's going to know.
Is this
Well,
another-
sure, Graveskip.
Ooh.
Okay. Ratbone. Let's see.
He seems like a reputable sort.
Is Ratbone a companion?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay.
Whistling a cheerful
As you approach him, you hear him sing, "A British tar is a soaring sword." Sorry.
We go to him and he's just like, I hate the guy with the tattoos on.
I could narrate and Dot could do
Sounds like a
Ratbone.
plan. I was just going to suggest, please.
All right. This man is whistling a cheerful tune and playing with a well-kept fighting knife. As you approach him, he stops whistling and gives you a curious look.
What you want?
I had some questions.
My name's Ratbone Cutter. I'm a thief for hire and employee of Shergrave, the boss of the collectors you see round this square. He pays me mostly to learn his lads to be real quiet-like, and how you fight if they runs into a spot of trouble. That's likely the only questions I'll answer for you, Cutter.
This is basically just like Dot practicing that exact accent.
Yeah,
over
written
and
on
over
the
and
page.
over.
Yeah.
He sniffs and shrugs.
I'm looking for a man named Ferret. Do you know where he is?
Ratbone shakes his head.
Nay, I don't. Here he's nearby, though. Some of his lads come running through at times, making for some hidey-hole that's who knows where. Some work around those elevated platforms. I'll bet, but it's none of me business.
He shrugs and spits on the ground.
Living ain't... Live and let live, says the Ratbone.
All right, farewell then. Whistles merrily. Okay. All right, so he's somewhere around here.
Ratbone.
Ratbone living in the city. All right, I'm gonna put the. I'm gonna save this.
Back of my neck getting down and
Yeah,
ready.
that had a certain tune to it.
Mm-hmm.
Ratbone living in the city.
Ratbone living in the city. The midwife's
Funny, I
hut.
only know that song because it's
Oh, yeah,
in the
that's-
beginning
that's
of,
like,
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
To me, it sounds like two guys sitting in a hot tub, sitting.
No. Ratbone living in the city. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Looking
Yeah.
for a kitty. No, the city. Two men sitting on a bus stop. Something. Yeah, but I only know it up to that point because then the bomb goes off and then the movie continues, and I've never heard it past that song.
We are on elevated
And then
platforms, people.
Yeah, then it's
We
Die
are.
Hard.
We are
This is
clearly
progress.
elevated platforms.
My God, you're discovering things.
The underbelly of this platform
underbelly of
is
this
thick with
platform
razor
is thick-
vine. Oh, sorry.
Oh, just shut up then.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Uh-oh.
Aha. Go ahead, Rob.
This archway leads only inches into the small building before becoming blocked by a solid wall of refuse. The rubbish is packed so tightly, it may as well be stones and mortar.
That's a lot of poop.
Let's go in. Hold up, Chief. Look at this.
Peering
Who
down,
wants to do the...
you notice a number of dirty footprints that lead into the archway and do not turn around.
There must be a portal through here or something.
A poop portal.
Portal. How do we open it?
Haven't the slightest, Chief. It's gotta be a common key, though. Look at all the traffic that's gone through. Maybe one of the lowlifes around here will know.
All right, I'll ask around. So we just have to find the key.
All right.
Wonder where the poop portal goes.
And the journal.
Damn it.
And
Goes to the-
Farid.
The poop
And
the plane
a pair of shoes.
There we go.
And
I should just ask
a bag of
Khan.
rice.
There's a plane for
And
people who believe in poop.
All right.
As to Khan,
hand
He
sanitizer.
is known to you as this, and known.
Yes.
Do you know
Collector.
about? Wait
Yes.
a second.
Do you know about
The
Never mind,
hand
I'm not gonna talk to
sanitizer
this
is
guy.
known to me.
I want to find someone. Although I guess these
He's
are
gone.
all mostly collectors, huh? Maybe the
Midwife's
midwife
hut.
knows.
Okay.
Done.
All right,
We
we're
can
gonna
play
finish
midwife.
with this. We're gonna finish with that playing the midwife here
Okay.
for the night.
I think I have a good voice already queued up for that.
Old
Mebeth.
Mebeth.
Who do you want to narrate?
Either one.
This
Every
squat
other
old
word,
woman.
Yeah, exactly.
This squat old woman likes. Take two. This squat old woman looks like she has had all the color bled out of her. That's nice. Everything from her hair to her shawl to her robe, all are shades of gray.
Gray shade
The
Kickstarter.
only
coming soon.
splotches.
Sorry.
Exactly. Hashtag ad. The only splotches of color on her come from several strange herbs or herbs because it has a fucking H on it. Sorry, I had to. Which are tied to her belt by their stalks. The herbs make a strange whoosh when she moves, like a broom.
Greetings.
The elderly woman. Why is the word woman?
Woman.
The elderly.
Don't do it. Fuck.
The elderly woman turns and stares at you, and you notice the gray shades.
Kickstarter. Coming soon.
Anytime, Marv.
That's
Anytime.
ours. So I didn't want to do it again.
waiting
I wanted
there
to be
for
like
you.
that guy. You
No,
know?
you.
No, I mean, those two words, you got to do it.
If it comes up one more time, it's the rule of three. You have to do it.
Okay, gotcha.
And you know,
and you notice the gray shades blanketing her body extend to her features as well. Her hair is a wispy gray, and her eyes are like chips of granite. She frowns when she sees you.
And who might ye be?
I don't really know who I am, he said dramatically.
So ye not know yourself, child?
She squints, then points at your chest.
Hard to piece together the man beneath all the tracery and scrawling scars, isn't it?
Maybe. Who are you? Okay.
With a sly cackle, she wags her eyebrows.
Have you not heard of old Ribis, then? The midwife of the square. Have you not? No?
She narrows her eyes, and her voice drops.
Well, now you have. For I'm Mibby.
You're a midwife. What?
Mebeth.
Hi, Mebeth.
Yes.
Arr. You're
Come to see my musical review.
You're a midwife? What do you do?
This is my journal.
Show them what you do, random task.
I set bones right, drive the cough out of the sick, yank out squealing, stubborn babes, mend cloaks, or a rag or two, make cures, and herbs without an H and other such.
She squints at you, studying your scars.
Been needing a cure or three, do ye?
Cures?
Aye. Ye be needing some cures to look at you. Don't you want to buy some, do ye?
She glances at the scars covering your body again, then shrugs.
It's too late to be asking for them, I think.
Actually, we could use some healing.
Mabeth nods.
Very well, then.
She reaches for one of the dried herbs at her belt, snaps it off at the stalk, then grinds it in her calloused palms. Small wisps of dust and pollen rise from her hands. She then mumbles to herself, then blows the dust into the air.
And suddenly you're dun 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 dun.
My journal.
I'm gonna love you.
The gray pollen swirls around the room, blanketing you and your companions. You breathe deeply. How exactly is Mort breathing? But okay. And less than a moment later, you feel strangely refreshed.
Thanks, Mebeth. Before I go, I had some other questions for you. Do you know someone named Farad?
And your shoes are missing. You watch as Mabeth spits once, twice, 3 times a witch, then follows it by making a semicircle over her heart.
A gold-haired! What should be wanting with the likes of him?
I need to find him. Do you know where he is?
He's not in the Ratpicker Square. That much I can tell ye. You need to find a way under the square to get to the Tiered Spider's Kip.
She spits again.
About him leaves a foul taste of toes.
We know we're going to find this guy eventually, like in the next session, and there's going to be like 75 knives in his heart. Like everyone wants to kill this guy.
Yep.
He's under the square.
She jabs her fingers at the floor.
He's buried beneath these piles of trash. Him and his boys had a tough time you'd have digging him out of his nest.
She shakes her head.
Let be, child.
I need to find him. How do I get down there?
Mabeth frowns as you update your journal. Why do you keep asking people for a journal, she thinks. Never mind. Mabeth frowns, then sighs.
Oh, hear tell Farron's got a gate that leads to his nest somewhere here in this square.
I know that.
It's just a matter of finding it. You might want to ask some of the others. Some who travel a bit more than old Mibby.
All right, so we know where the we know where the gate is. We're just going to need the key. All right, I'm only going to ask, I think, about the journal and see if I can buy some cures. Do you know anything about a journal?
Mabeth thinks.
I haven't seen one. If it's in the square, which I doubt, since folks don't traffic much with books and the like, it's most likely been sold or stolen. Was it something important to you then? Oh, a magic thingy? All glowing and sparkling with magic, say? If so, you might never see it again.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
Are you a witch?
With magic. Mabeth scrutinizes you
I say not.
with magic.
As to what I am and isn't. But what you be wanting to know so full bad for that you hounding an old woman, barking and sniffing for a juicy bit of gossip?
I want to learn about magic. Could you teach me?
Mabeth laughs.
I am no teacher, no school mistress, or set up to teach like them in the big fest hall. There's others somewhere, I'm sure, that'll spill the dark of it. You'd be wasting your time with old Mibby. So you would.
I don't agree. I think you'd have a lot to teach.
Mabeth looks at you intently.
Oh, hi. Why do you want to learn such things?
Because I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. Shot in profile.
Gone.
Of Edwin Drood. Sorry. After a moment, Mabeth nods.
The art may help. It may not. And you must not rely on it to solve all your problems.
Just most of them.
Ah,
She sighs.
child. It's most like only going to another chip to your pile of questions.
I understand. Will you teach me?
Mabeth shakes her
One
head.
should make songs rather than make magic. Songs have more beauty.
Working on it.
Song, maybe. More beauty. Magic's been made dull, commonplace, sold by the mob of people that have tromped through it.
She squints at you.
I'll teach ye. But first, ye needs to do something for me. You hear?
Like what?
500 gold coins.
Yeah, exactly.
My
1,000 gold.
legs,
God damn.
my legs aren't good for walking about sigil, and there's errands I have
That's
you
just
run.
what they do.
That's my boots, my dancing boots. I need you to fetch me some herbs from the market. It's Spireward, easterly and southerly from here, in the hive market. Here's a sample.
She takes a black seed from her coat and flicks it to you.
My journal.
You twist the black seed in your hand. As you do, you feel a small bite. Then a small drop of blood oozes from your thumb. There are tiny barbs on the seed, like teeth. Mabeth snorts.
Careful with it. Show it to one of the fruit merchants in the market, and they'll know what herbs ye seek.
Very well, then. I'll return when
The
I have
feud
the herbs.
merchants. The feud merchants.
But first, I will say
Merchants.
that.
Give it to the feud merchants.
The feud merchants would know.
Ah.
And that, I think, folks, is where we will bring this to a close. But we...
No, you didn't save.
I did. I saved.
It's too late.
I
All that
saved.
progress gone.
We'll do it all
We'll have
again.
to fight
next
all
time.
those hordes again.
It's gone.
Yes, on the next
It's
episode.
gone.
though.
Good stuff, everybody. So we made like we made some progress, although for a while we were just stuck talking to people. But honestly, a lot of the game sometimes comes down to
we
just
still
talking
don't know
to a
where
bunch of
Ferret
interesting
is.
people.
We still don't know where the journal is. We still don't know where the.
Thank you, Gold Public. I hope people.
We got
enjoyed
bitten by
this.
an herb, so
it is just though like you just kind of get I don't know, maybe it's just me. I know that it's not the fastest paced thing in the world, but I like seeing this stuff sort of slowly unfold as you gather this information about how manifestly weird all of this stuff is. So I don't know. I was digging it, and I thought the voices that everyone had today was on point. I think everyone had like a character that I probably liked the most. I was trying to think about whether, Rob, I liked the 18-year-old mercy killer thing because I was just, I don't know, something about it was kind of cracking me up in the way that he was rendered. Or super arrogant dude, the super arrogant warrior guy. Mostly because I had the image of some kind of British explorer. Like,
they were both fun.
Get out of my face. How do you feel about our little soiree session today, Rob, and where will the folks find you next?
As a former 18-year-old myself, I do find it very interesting. That sometimes playing characters who are younger or even who are teenagers and having to do that like in audiobook form or even in this form here, it's always my attempt to try to make them sound like the way I've mentioned Yana a bunch is like naive, but smart, like, or at least, you know, like this is a bad example because it's kind of filthy, but if you've played, what's the game? If you've played Disco Elysium, the first two brat kids that you find are kind of like, there are few games that have ever done it better. And I'm for those of you who have played it, I'm talking about Kuno. And boy, howdy, that's pretty tough to beat as an argument for like kids that are bratty, awful, but sound really good. And I think those are actually done by kids too, or they've done, you know, closer to relevant age of that. But still, it's like, if we don't have that, then, you know, how do you make a 18-year-old sound like an 18-year-old, but not like a cliche of an 18-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you know, you try to do, unless it's written like a cliche, and then you're just proper fucked. But you know, that happens sometimes. The other ones were just fun. The narration is funny to do now because that's kind of my day job. So reading a lot of narration is kind of par for the course. But that's fun too. And you know, once we get out of the tutorial here, things are really going to pick up. It's kind of impressive. I can't wait for us to, you know, once we hit level 2, man, you're going to see some serious shit.
Now that you've exited Sigil, the world
this
opens.
is exactly.
Go to every single plane.
God. This was a super amount of fun, and it always is fun. Yes, exactly. A couple more planes. The plane in plane falls mainly on the plane. Yes. And I had a lot of fun with this. You know, I love doing this show with these people. I miss that Russ is not here. I wish that we had, you know, Trendane and George and, you know, former members of the Arvocalists back. You know, but I hear we, you know, have maybe, are we talking about it? Are we not talking about it?
We may have some new people
perhaps
arriving in the near
joining
future.
us.
That is, I think, fair to say.
And I'm sure they will bring their own, you know, a form of merriment and chaos to our you know, our interesting band of Arvocalists.
Indeed.
As for me, as I said at the beginning of the show, I am no longer on Twitter. Because fuck Twitter and I hate it. But I am Darkside Rob, and I stream on Twitch. So you can find me at twitch.tv/Darkside Rob. That's RAHB. I'm also on Instagram and on YouTube. Links for that are on my Twitch page. I have audiobooks that you can find on Audible. Just search for me, Robert Austin James, or search for Shadowrun novels, and then you'll find them there. The ones that I've done are Shadowrun Neat, Shaken, and Chaser, and there are more coming out in the near future. I have some other projects that I'm working on that I can't speak to currently, But I will be back here on this channel on Saturday for D&D and Eberron with my 2 characters, Yana and Altus. And yeah, I think that is everything for me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. This was a lot of fun. And thank you to the wonderful members that I get to do this show with. You know, I wish we get to do it more than once a month, but you know, somebody's got to pay the bills.
Schedules and things. That's true. But thanks, Rob.
Yes.
Always a pleasure.
But this was a lot of fun. And moving on up
Good
to the
stuff,
Zach
Rob.
side.
Zach, we had some good stuff from you. I was really enjoying, especially the facial expressions on Mourns for Trees, where it was just like you were always right on the edge of falling into weeping, one way or the other. And there were a lot of characters back and forth about that. And then the other thing I was loving was the back and forth with Dot and like super vocoded voice of the Abishai, and you being like, "Whoa, I just have a cool demon sounding voice, but not that, brother." Like that whole Abishai back and forth thing was cracking me up. I was having fun with that. Plus other voices, of course, throughout the night. How did you feel about tonight? Would you have a favorite voice too? And where will the folks find you next?
Yeah, I think right at the beginning there, the 2 Abishai and Dot's absolute Slayer's execution of that voice, which did not even, it was interesting. I was going to say in the moment that it was interesting to hear something I'm familiar with, like Dot's inflection in sentences, but not sounding like Dot at all. Like some of the times you use the vocoder, like you change your voice, like it's still somewhat recognizable as Dot, but that was like that was something else. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, hey, this like Rob said, a lot of fun. Great, interesting concepts, cool lore to learn about, so that's always really fun. And I'm excited to see if we can actually find Ferret and move to a different location without spending 2 hours in the inn. But regardless, lots of cool characters. Hopefully we meet more letters of the alphabet. If Z comes up,
I forgot about O. Like about how
I have to voice Z if he comes up or if they come up. But anyway, yeah, I'm Zach. You'll find me on my Twitch channel. And at the moment, that's about it. I run games for Dungeon Master Direct, which is a professional Dungeon Master group. But other than that, not too much else at the moment. And excited to be here for this and Esper Genesis.
Coming this Friday.
We're nearing the conclusion of our campaign, so that's going to be really exciting.
It's going to be awesome. I look forward to it. Thanks, Zach. Always a pleasure. Good work tonight, as usual. Russ, again, is taking care of the little ones, and so Russ has stepped back for some months while he is doing that. So we have kept the seat warm, and as was suggested, we may have some possible guest star type people that may be coming in over the next few months. I'm speaking about that with a couple of prominent voice actor people that may or may not be in this call as we speak. But we will see about how that all breaks down. Either way, you can check out and see all the stuff with Russ as well on his various places that you can see from the link when you type in Arvocalists. See you, Echo. Have a good night. And last and certainly not least, Dot, really, as Zach said, like that first Abishai was just freaking unbelievable, really awesome, memorable voice. And then you had other moments where I was really enjoying actually the Calarian, Planewalker guy, the accent of it, but I felt bad because it literally is just like, well, it's time to tell you about the encyclopedia, Begorra.
Buckle in, children, story time.
Sure, and Begorra, here's
the
every plane ever.
The inner planes of the outer planes, the outer planes of the inner.
The borderlands.
It's a really good thing, Dot, that you told Arv you weren't feeling well at the beginning of this. Please take it easy on you. And
I didn't. I felt bad.
Couldn't have known.
I didn't know that it was going to be that. All of a sudden, it's the Encyclopedia Britannica. How did I know? But a lot of really enjoyable voices, and I was also enjoying at the end there the Mebith. I don't know. A shrubbery was reminding me of that. But it was good stuff. How did you feel about some of the voices? Did you have a favorite one from this evening, and where will the lovely folks find you next?
Favorite one. It's funny because I can't hear the voice.
Oh,
I couldn't hear any of the voices that you all heard because I can't play it in my ear.
You got to play back the VOD later,
right?
because
So yeah, I'll have to go back and listen. So it just sounded like me desperately attempting to be different in my sickness on my end of things.
There's one in particular. You go back, you make one hell of a Goa'uld. If they ever need you for Stargate SG-2, whenever that comes out, it'll be
is
kick
that
ass.
the guy that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll take that. I'll take that. Though I have a smidge of a love for this old lady.
Yeah, maybe.
Now,
Old Mebith.
maybe. So teach their own. Yeah, y'all. I'm Dot. I'm Little Red Dot. I run the Twitch channel for Kobold Press. You can go check that out in our big Kickstarter right now, which is outrageous. We crossed the $500,000 mark last week, so I'm just
wow. I was wondering how that was going.
We're on our way. We're very close to $600,000 on that one book, so we're pretty excited. It's a pretty exciting time. When I'm not over there, I have a podcast that is my brainchild and the love of my life called Stitch of Fate. You should check it out. We just crossed 200,000 downloads. Big time for us there too. So very exciting. And for those of you who are interested in gaming with me, I'm opening up private tables. I'm using Start Playing Games to manage that. I'll be running one shots throughout the months, but I have some campaigns coming up that is basically open to the public. It's a pay to play seat type thing. So you can check that out. I've got an alien campaign coming down the line, and people are booking me left and right for private games with their friends. So a lot of BTM, a lot of BTM. So it's really nice. So you get to, there's like new chances to play with me and stuff. I don't know if anybody's in Chattanooga, but I'll be at Con Nooga next weekend. If anybody's going to be in the area, you can come check me out. I'll actually be with Nerdburger Craig at not the Kobold Press booth. I'll be at the Nerdburger Games booth doing some capers and some other really fun TTRPG demos and stuff. So wear your mask, come by, see me. Please don't hug me for both of our sakes.
Yep.
And then gosh, I was trying to think. I've got a few other things. There's like some new shows on Kobold Press and stuff like that, but I've got a really big announcement that I am like this close to being able to tell the public. I've been sitting on an NDA for a year. I'm like this close, everybody. So fucking close. So when I can tell you about it, I guess I will. But until then, you're just gonna have to wait. Like,
you sure? I mean, like, listen, it's late. I'm sure it's not like you just.
It can't be too, I mean, I'll tell you this. I turned in 10,000 words for world design and a TTRPG book coming out.
Ooh.
With a pretty big name for a pretty big brand, well-known brand.
That's on all levels.
It would be the opposite of up in.
Oh, oh, interesting. Okay, I'm waiting for chat to be like, what?
I'm waiting for Rob's face to fix it.
Not so little, Red Dot.
I think for NDA purposes, it's good that it's going completely over my head because I have no idea what you're referring to. It's like
up and
NDA, you mean NBA, non-binding something or other.
So yeah, I can tell you that there's some very exciting things coming down the pipelines for that. So, just keep your eyes and ears posted, everybody. New stuff cooking and brewing up all the time. And who knows, we may have one of some old friends of Dot's from way back when who are now famous as fuck. So coming to join us.
Some dashes coming along with those dots. Morse code jokes. Anyway,
thanks, Dot.
That's what I got.
That's good stuff, and it was very good stuff tonight. I'm excited for all of that, and very glad to have these folks play this with me. This is always an enjoyable thing for me every month that I look forward to, just because it's both chill and often very funny, and I don't know, and you never know exactly. Like a box of chocolates, you will never know exactly what you're going to get from either Planescape Torment or the Arvocalists, but they are the best. True. Chat, can we get some love for the amazing Little Red Dot, the incredible Zach Clay, the astonishing Darkside Rob? Good work from everybody, and I will
1, 2, 3,
folks.
My bad.
Very soon.
My bad.
Bye for now, all. And that, folks, I believe, is going to do it for us for today. As I slide back on over. Wait a minute. No one ever saw that. Nope, no one saw that at all. There's me, and there's my voiceover event. And there's this, and let me get rid of that. And there's this, and let me put up the thing with this, and let's go over like that. Lovely. So yeah, this was great, folks. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. I had a good time, and I hope that you folks did as well. And I also hope, as I realize I should probably shut down this thing. Let me shut that down so that I can switch back over. Just a second. Because that way I get to do this the right way. There we go. So I also hope that you folks had a chance to stop by and that you might have heard the big announcement from earlier today, which was the announcement of Kickstarter dates. Again, for those of you who missed it, the way this is all going to go down in terms of dates is that Greyshade is going to be published on May 31st, on Tuesday, May 31st. It's going to be published on that day, and on that day, the Kickstarter backer kit preview page is going to go live, and so you'll be able to follow the Kickstarter immediately. The Kickstarter will not have gone live, but the preview page will, so you'll have a chance to see all the aspects of the tabletop game and about what the last 2 books in the series look like, and a little bit about Trendane and his audiobook and all that kind of good stuff. You'll be able to do that. Then the week after that, from June 8th to 12th, we will be at Origins in Columbus, Ohio, hanging out and talking books and speculative fiction and all that kind of good stuff with people, and of course playing games. And then the week after that is when the Kickstarter will actually go live. Tuesday, June 14th is when the Greyshade Kickstarter will officially launch. It will run for a little bit over 4 weeks, and it will end on Friday, July 15th. It will launch on this stream and it will end on this stream, and it's going to be great. I am very excited for it. Very pleased with the people that we've assembled, the team that we've assembled for this, and the tabletop game, the books and all that are going to be awesome. So I'm excited to share that world with all of you. But that is going to do it for me for this evening. We are going to be off tomorrow and Thursday, but I will be back on Friday with some Esper Genesis, and then on Saturday with some Eberron is what we're looking at. And then I believe Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, we've also got some Sound Clash, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check if that's true. I think that's right. We've got, yes, so it is. No, not Sound Clash this week. Okay, sorry. Esper Genesis and then Eberron. Then we're going to be off Sunday, Monday, and then back here with some Adventures of Middle-earth, D&D with GOG Ghosts of Saltmarsh. And don't forget, Friday the 18th, a week from this Friday, we have got part 3 of, and the conclusion of Midwinter's Morning, which is from Critical Crafting, with Triffity Matz and Prince Justin and Sean Duke are going to be back with you. So that's going to be happening. So a lot of good D&D stuff happening as we go forward. I'm going to do a raid on Friday. I'm not going to do a raid today. Again, I try to do raids when we have a little bit larger group, but it's been a long day of streaming, quite frankly, and I need to go get some rest, as I'm sure many of you do too. So for all those who were here for the whole thing, thank you so much for being part of what was a really fun day today. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves, and we'll be back for more Arvocalists and other good stuff later in the month and next month moving forward. Don't forget to check out the YouTube with !ArvTube, the Discord with !ArvCord, Twitter with !ArvTweets, website arvanelleron.com, shop !ArvShop, Patreon !ArvTrayon. Subbing to the channel is always great, plus supporting the publishing stuff, !Icarus for my Icarus graphic novel, Library for my Tales and Tomes, the Forbidden Library, and again, Greyshade KS for more details about the Greyshade Kickstarter, which again, I'm very excited about and I'm going to be talking more about, and now we have official dates for, so all that is really, really cool. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives, and Help Now, which is the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. I want to thank everyone who made this an awesome stream tonight. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Rudnell, Rock God, Rising Tides, Backburner, the best in the business. Thank you as well to my Patreon supporters and subscribers, Rudnell, Rock God. Thank you to Rising Tides, to Backburner, to Darkside Rob, Josiah Firesnake. Thanks also for the host today, Josiah, Marinda, and Mrs. Dunsel. Thank you, thank you. And thank you to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Arctor, Crit Twitch, Dark Steel Spork. Thank you to Gigafrost. Thank you to Gold Public. Thank you to Killick. Thank you to La Kaylee, to Lana Ray. Thank you to Little Red Dot, Nonstop. Thank you to Not Rambeast Contest. Thank you to Prince Justin. Thank you to Sexual Trash. Thank you to Son of God. Thank you to Optical. And thank you to TNS Mephiston. And most of all tonight, thank you so much to the wonderful Arvocalists that were here. Thank you to Little Red Dot, to Zach Clay, and to Darkside Rob. I will see you folks on Friday night for some Esper Genesis space opera action, and then Saturday for D&D with Eberron. Until then, as always, please be good to each other, and I'll catch you folks in a couple of days. Until then, much love. See you all soon. Bye for now. Honk.